Our cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all things automotive. Greenville Auto World is now under new ownership by the Cook Management Group, but still believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Tommy Cook and his team now have 5 dealerships in eastern North Carolina with a fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 or greenvilleautoworld.net. Pirates supporting pirates.
Help kids in your community this school year and become a backpack hero with Youth Villages. Youth Villages helps children with emotional and behavioral issues and those aging out of foster care. You can ensure no child is forgotten during back-to-school season and give them a great start to the school year. Go to youthvillages.org/backpacks to find out how you can be a backpack hero in North Carolina. That's youthvillages.org/backpacks.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed
Coach Mack. I don't know how much of that was around when you were coaching guys from overseas playing basketball.
It was the exception rather than the rule.
Right.
I mean, there were some and some really good ones, but it wasn't like it is today where you have 2 and 3 and 4 on a team, that kind of thing. But even bigger than the influx of international players is the way they have affected the style of the NBA.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Ty?
Hi.
Ty?
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
He's a cool cat, man.
Superstitious beers! Superstitious beers!
Got a little taco meat on my chest.
I grabbed a handful of lunch meat and shoved it down my teammate's throat.
I'm a former long snapper.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere!
At the Burlington... I have no idea what the just happened.
Did not flub at all. Send it in.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here in a toasty eastern North Carolina, but a nice AC'd room inside the Pirate Radio studios on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930, online, pr927fm.com. And you can watch the show and be a part of the show on YouTube and Facebook Live, Twitter as well. But we want you to be a part of today's program with our guests because we have 4 guests and they'll all be in studio today. So we can do a Q&A with all these fellers if you'd like, including Mike Mullis, who joins us coming up at 4 o'clock. We'll talk MLB All-Star break. We'll talk MLB draft and other baseball news and notes. A Pirate has just been selected within the last 30 minutes, so we'll tell you about that in just a moment and talk about it with Mully coming up at 4 o'clock. At around 4:30, Cornell Powell, former J.H. Rose great, Now a Super Bowl champion with the Kansas City Chiefs will join us. He's got a camp coming up this weekend in Greenville. We'll talk about his off season, and hopefully he shows off that Super Bowl ring, because I'm a little bit jealous. I saw that a couple of my coworkers have been trying that baby on, and we'll talk about that in a moment as well. And at 5 o'clock, former ECU tight end Bryce Williams will join us. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors. We'll talk some ECU football. Earlier today, I went through Ellerby's stack of Phil Steele magazines because we got the new one in, and I looked at where Phil Steele predicted East Carolina in order of finish every year dating back to 2007, and also have where ECU ended up finishing. And we'll go over that list to see how accurate Phil Steele has been when it comes to East Carolina, and if we can learn anything from this document that I have in my hands that some say wasted time on doing today. But I think it was hard work. Shirley Rhodes is back.
What's up?
Hey, Shirley.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic.
Good to hear. Joey working the video. What's up, Joey?
Nothing much. A little deflated after last night, but we keep moving.
Man, Joey had picked Randy Arozarena to win the home run derby. Had some sweet, juicy odds on it. And old Randy got all the way to the final round before he was defeated by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. There are no moral victories, so we're not going to give you your flowers, as the kids say today.
No, of course.
But great effort. I do want to say that. I was excited last night when Randy was in the finals and was ready to come in here and anoint you, king of Vegas. But unfortunately, you're just a lowly intern with no money.
Yep, that drives to Virginia on the weekends.
There you go. Chan Man is here. Hey, Chandler.
Hey, Clipper. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you. Doing all right?
I'm doing good. Hope you are.
Thank you. And Mack McCarthy's here as well. Hello, Coach Mack.
Mr. Clip, pleasure to be here.
Now, Chandler, you sent me a picture last night via text of you wearing a Super Bowl ring.
Yes.
Where do you come off doing that?
Well, I know a guy.
Who do you think you are?
I know a guy.
You know a guy?
But was able to meet up with Cornell and his uncle and his mother last night at a local restaurant here in Greenville. And one of the first things I wanted to do was lay my eyes on that beautiful 16-karat gold Super Bowl ring. And I was able to wear it and take a picture with it on my hand.
These things have gotten out of control. They're too big. It's incredible.
And by the way, I do, when Cornell comes in here today, I do want you to actually hold it because it is heavy. It is a heavy ring.
Okay. Like, do you have ownership of it? You get to decide what happens with it?
No. But
what if Cornell doesn't want me to hold it?
Look, if you let me hold it, if you let Chandler Honeycutt hold it last night, then I believe he'll let Clip Brock hold it today.
Coach Mack, I've worn Joe Gibbs' Super Bowl ring.
I thought about that last night.
And Ernest Biner's Super Bowl ring. Nice. I've met with them. How about yourself? Have you been face to face or finger to face with Super Bowl rings?
I have not.
Hey, we got that on Coach Mack.
You do?
All right.
Wait, so
we got one on him.
Man, I thought about this.
I do own some championship rings, though.
That's a little different.
Okay, Coach. But I thought about this last night when I sent you the picture. I thought, well, I'm sending this to a man that has taken a picture with a Super Bowl ring, but I forgot that you are a two-time
Super Bowl ring
wearer.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
only a one-time, so you've got me on that. You're a two-time Super Bowl ring wearer.
Do you know that they have to register them as brass knuckles? They're that big.
I did not know that, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like if you do not register and you're wearing your Super Bowl ring, you're illegally carrying a weapon at that point. Is that what you're telling me?
That's what I've been told. But I've never worn one or tried one on like you guys have.
How many, what do you call them, pairs? How many brass knuckles do you own, Coach?
About a dozen.
Is that true?
Yeah.
What? Can you bring one of those in next week and show it off to Chandler?
If you count the rings.
Oh, okay. 10
Can I add it to my tie collection?
Coach Mack's brass knuckles. How many rings do you have from all the years, Coach?
I don't know. 1, 2, 12 maybe.
Man, you wear any of them ever?
I wore them when I was recruiting, but not since. They're in a nice display box now.
Was that one of the first things that recruits said to you, like, "Hey, Coach, can I see what your rings mean to you?" Or What did they say on that?
No, but it usually came up during the conversation when you're sitting in the living room and you got them on. It usually does come up.
Yeah, that's not a bad recruiting pitch to have the hardware when you show up in a home. All right, we got some ECU news to get to today. I want to say congratulations to our buddy who joined us on the Delcor Players Lounge this past season. Josh Groves, the Pirate pitcher, has been selected in the Major League Baseball draft. He goes to the New York Yankees at pick 342, the 342nd pick. What round is that, guys? Do we know? Do you know off the top of your head?
I would guess
13.
13?
13.
Thank you. Joey is our MLB draft analyst and expert. Congratulations to Josh. So he goes to the Yankees now. You got to wait and see.
What's the money value?
What's the money? Does he sign? Now, just talking to Josh, I'm thinking that before the draft, if he gets picked, I believe he's gone. He's ready to kind of move on to the next chapter in his baseball life. But if the money's not right and he somehow thinks he could come back, get an even bigger, value put upon himself, he could make that decision. If I had to guess, I would say he will be playing minor league baseball here soon.
Yeah, we saw that last year with Zach Agnos. I believe he went, the 10th round last year.
Yeah, my bad. Josh actually went 11th round just barely in the 11th round.
So Zach Agnos going into the 10th round last year, he decides to take the money, and he's doing a really good job in the minor leagues this year.
Yep.
And now we're kind of waiting on that decision from Josh Groves. He's only a round off from Zach Agnos last year, so waiting on to see what kind of money he's offered and if he's willing to take that money and try to find success in the minor leagues and make his way up like we've seen some former Pirates do this in the past couple of years.
Still waiting to see if Josh Moylan hears his name called, also Justin Wilcoxon, other Pirates here in this draft, and we will keep you up to date during this program as the MLB draft continues. And there are 20 rounds, so still a long ways to go in this draft. Coach, did you have guys at all that you had to talk into staying or into leaving when it came to draft over the years? And what are those conversations like with guys?
We did have some of those, obviously. One of the first ones would have been Charles Barkley, who did leave a year early. But there was some question about that. And, of course, basketball is different because you can leave after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years rather than the baseball rule, which baseball absolutely got it right. You go out of high school, that's fine. If you go to college, stay 3 years. Mm-hmm. I think they got it right more than anybody else. That's really what everybody should be doing, in my opinion. But yeah, we had some guys. We had I coached 4 different lottery picks, maybe 5. Chuck Person, Charles Barkley, Johnny Taylor, Chris Morris was a lottery pick, and I'm not sure about Mike Jones. We recruited Mike Jones while I was at Auburn, but I'm not sure that he ended up going in the lottery. He ended up going to Milwaukee or somebody. But yeah, we had some lottery picks. We had an entire starting 5 drafted in the NBA at Auburn.
Man.
Wow.
So and everybody's different, right? Like with Barkley, do you kind of say, "Hey, you're probably ready. Go ahead."
Yeah, I think we were tired of him.
Right, it was mutual. Hey, please get out.
Go on, Chuck. Get out of here.
If I had to live in the dorm one more year, I'd have been divorced, and I'd have been in trouble.
Congratulations to Josh Groves. Also, we got some ECU football news. Brent Thompson has been named to the East Carolina football staff. He has been named recruiting operations coordinator at ECU, and he is a former coach at the Citadel.
Like Mike Houston.
He has been at the Citadel and has been a head coach for the Citadel. So he comes right off of being a head coach into being the recruiting operations coordinator. Maybe he's only being brought in to help try to stop the option when we play Navy this year, so we can get a win over Navy.
Will Navy run the option anymore? We don't know about
Great
that.
Question, yeah.
And this you bring up an interesting topic, though. The head coach, it used to be head coaches were a little bit leery of hiring other head coaches, but I think probably one of the things that's turned it around is the fact that Nick Saban hires all of them. So now it's kind of gotten to be be a trendy thing to do to put that ego aside and not worry about somebody being a threat to your job and bring head coaches in, and because obviously they've had great experience and they've been in that seat and know how tough those decisions you make are. I think that's a really good trend.
The old Tuscaloosa rehab. You lose your job, get in trouble or whatever, go be an assistant for Saban, and then land a great head coaching job the next year. I guess it's different with basketball. I was trying to think about that. Could there be an equivalent of that in basketball? And I was thinking about the best programs and like a Mike Krzyzewski. But he's going to have his Duke guys as his assistants, and there's only 3 or 4, right, Coach, instead of 17 to 20, like in football. So you can't really bring in.
Although he's been, he's hired Jeff Capel, who had been a head coach at VCU and Oklahoma. He has done a little bit of that, but he that's a little bit different situation where he's going to hire all Duke guys, and then of course Hubert Davis brings Jeff Lebo in, who's been a head coach at multiple schools.
Yes, that is correct. Unfortunately, not here at East Carolina. It's an awkward pause in the room.
He was here at East Carolina.
Well, yeah, it's just not. I thought you said winter championship.
I said at multiple schools.
Oh, he has been at multiple schools.
Tennessee Tech, Tennessee Chattanooga, Auburn, East Carolina.
That's correct. All right.
We had the same secretary at 3 different schools. Jeff Lebo and I did.
Can we interview that secretary? Really, I want to talk to that person.
All 3 of them. I mean, 3 different schools, 3 different secretaries. But yeah, that was a little weird.
Auburn here, and where else?
Chattanooga.
Man, yeah, we need to get that person on the. I got some questions about that. All right, Shirley, Steve is glad to have you back, and he would like to run through some sound bites. We haven't done this in a while.
Oh yeah.
We were off last week. You were not here yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So Steve says, "Welcome back, Shirley," and he says, "Clippo."
Oh shoot, where is it?
Oh boy, come on, Shirley. Got a little rusty here.
No, I just didn't have the pot up.
Well, there you go. Burgley.
It takes me a second. I moved it.
Oh,
Hold on.
Goodness, Steve. I'm glad.
A burglary.
2 little butt cheeks.
I have a story about that. Butt cheeks.
Go Gator.
Go Gator.
Swinging dingers.
Where are you, swinging dingers?
Swinging dingers.
Hold on.
Swinging dingers.
Where the heck is that?
Good grief. We got to get back. We got to get back in the swing of things.
Swinging dingers.
There we go. I'm a former long snapper.
I'm a former long snapper. So.
There he is. I want me some glory hole.
I want me some glory hole.
Did you say they're going to do a Jerry Jones documentary or like a 10-part documentary on Netflix?
Is it called Glory Hole?
It's called Glory Hole. It's called I Want Me Some Glory Hole.
I want me some glory hole.
The Jerry Jones story.
$50 million.
I am going to cancel my subscription. That I've been waiting for a reason, and that is it right there.
They're gonna name it The Last Cowboy.
The Last Cowboy. Jerry Jones. He wants to hear a Troy D. sigh.
Oh, that's easy. Right there.
All right. He wants to hear, I want to shake his hand.
I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand.
What the hell's...
I want to shake his hand.
What the hell's going on around here?
What the hell is going on around here?
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
No, still don't have that up there.
Oh, you got to get the taco meat.
I got to go find it.
All right, Shirley, you're back. A little rusty, but we got through it. Well done. Coach, I'm sorry you had to sit through that, but that's just kind of how we get...
Is this something that happens periodically?
It does.
Yes, periodically, yes.
It tests Shirley's mind. It tests her... I guess audio board skills.
Well, I've been off for how many days?
Yeah.
It's been about 10.
Robert Matthews wants to hear a little Tommy Tupperville. Do we have a little?
Oh, yeah.
Go to hell.
Go to hell. Get a job.
Robert, Coach,
that's the last thing intelligent he said.
Did you ever walk off a court and tell a fan to go to hell and get a job?
Probably.
We just didn't get it mic'd up.
Probably. And before people started recording everything, I probably have flipped a bird or 2.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Unbelievable!
that would be an honor to be flipped off by Mack McCarthy.
I think.
Wait, you probably have flipped me off now that I think about it.
There is a coach that did it in Minji's one time, I believe. Tim Floyd. I believe
he got ejected. Yeah,
I believe Tim Floyd told a fan to go to hell and get a job.
Well, that was hilarious. I was there. The cop coming on the court was unnecessary.
Yeah,
that was like it was not needed.
Yeah, let's blame JJ.
Were you coaching in that game?
That was Lebo, I believe.
That was Lebo?
Yeah.
You talked about your famous run-ins with refs. How many ejections did you have in your career, or are there too many to count?
4.
4 in your entire career?
Yeah.
How many? And
how many times was it TV Teddy?
None. No, we got along.
How many times did you do it on purpose?
Just one.
Okay.
Just one.
So the others were not what you were hoping to happen.
Unplanned.
In those situations. All right, we got a lot of questions for Coach Mack coming in.
Shirley and I were discussing before the show about drive-through eating.
Do you want to get there?
Do we, Shirley?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
All right, let's take a break because Shirley was talking about being in a drive-through. We all know Shirley's pet peeve of people in the drive-through not rolling down their window, but opening their entire door at the drive-through. And we learned that Coach Mack is a drive-through etiquette expert to the point, Coach, where you in the past have done what?
Top 10 drive-through for dummies.
And these are yours. These are original. These are
rules.
100%.
You came up with them.
Should be abided by everyone.
All right. So we will talk about that.
Here's a caveat, though. The opening of the door, not on his list.
Well, we can add that, right?
Yes, we can add that, but that was not on his list originally.
10 drive-through commandments.
Coach, I watched a little NASCAR Sunday. I want to talk about that.
Good for you.
And
broadening your horizons.
I want to ask you, too, and I want to have a discussion. Are sports, the actual sporting event themselves, and the sports that we love, baseball, basketball, football, NASCAR, have they all gotten worse, or are we all just a bunch of complaining curmudgeons?
Yes, the second thing.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that, too, when we return Pirate Radio Live, and we'll get to your questions and comments. Hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Back with you after this.
Here at Brown & Wood with Jeff Stahn. It's summertime, and Jeff, you guys have a new car wash.
We do. We put in a brand new car wash just for the customer. So when you come in, get your vehicle serviced, we wash, dry, vacuum your car for free. It's state-of-the-art, but free to the customer.
And this summer, you have an AC special.
It's summertime. Air conditioning units are breaking left and right. But guess what? At Brown & Wood, all summer, I have free diagnostics on all air conditioning issues. Only at Brown & Wood.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
You gotta love the juice at Jersey Mike's. That zing of real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend is even better than the zing of a first kiss. No offense to Brenda DeMarche. It was a fine first smooch for me behind the bleachers. But there's nothing like when that zing of the juice hits your lips for the very first time. Years later, Brenda and I shared a Jersey Mike's sub with extra juice. We had a better time because neither of us had braces. Add a flavor zing with the juice. Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
In studio today with Frank Lee with Appliances Superstore. Frank, why should people go see you?
We make buying appliances easy. Just that simple. We have the largest selection of in-stock appliances in Eastern North Carolina, which helps our customers save money every day. We offer a 12-month warranty on all our appliances, plus we deliver and set up your new appliances and remove your old ones. Come visit us at the Appliances Superstore off 264 behind the new DMV or shop us online at AppliancesSuperstore.com. Remember, we make buying appliances easy at the Appliances Superstore.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
With U.S. Cellular, it's just $19.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines. So you don't need that robot daughter you built to get a 4th line for family plan pricing.
Oh, Rope Elizabeth? She's not gonna like that.
The robots will prevail.
Oh boy.
Get the low rate of $19.99 per line. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
We value human connection with fewer distractions. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Visit your U.S. Cellular authorized agent, Atlantic Wireless, with locations in Snow Hill, Bellhaven, and Greenville.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
P-I-R-A-D-E. Once a child wants to spell.
P is for pirate. R is for radio.
Speak and spell. That is correct. R-A-D-I-O.
You are right. I'm learning a lot, really.
Pirate. Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. And you can shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com, or you can visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. The ECU Foundation is thrilled to offer an opportunity for Pirate Nation to participate in a 50-50 raffle to support the Jeff Charles Scholarship in the ECU School of Communications. Tickets are $100. We talked about this yesterday. There are 2 distinct raffles. There's a purple and a gold, and you can choose purple, gold, both, either or. This is going to be decided, the raffle winner. The winning tickets will be drawn Tuesday, August 15th, 6 to 8 in UBE, at UBE, and the winner does not have to be present to win. So you can find information on Pirate Radio's page, ECU as well. And we talked about this yesterday with Chris Dibba, and just a fantastic deal we're doing here. You can be a winner and also help out with this scholarship fund, the Jeff Charles Scholarship in the ECU School of Communication, as we will be missing the voice. We were talking about Coach Mack before the show, kind of getting down to the nitty gritty here. Need to name a play-by-play voice soon, and I guess we've got some candidates narrowed down. I've been following, talking to some folks and people, and I got a feeling it will not be Corey Glore, for those wondering. But there are, I guess, a few names out there. You got anybody? You got any news for us, Coach? Any information?
I've heard some names, but and there's some good ones in there. I think they're going to end up with somebody pretty good. And of course, Jeff made this sort of a destination radio job, and I'm sure some of these guys will be looking at it as that.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, there's never going to be another Jeff Charles. It's all going to feel different and not the same. And Chandler, we talked about it, just him being here on our pregame show is going to be different and something we're going to have to work around. But then right when we wrap up the show, jumping in your car, heading over to Dowdy Ficklin, hearing the kickoff and hearing him and Kevin Monroe, it's all going to be different. But looking forward to seeing who that new voice of the Pirates will be for this upcoming football and basketball season. And there's a chance that maybe the play-by-play voice for baseball could remain the same moving forward. But again, all that is just kind of hearsay at this point. When we have news, we will present that to you. All right, so I've got some sports topics to hit. Also, might be talking to Josh Gross here on today's show, who was just drafted. So we'll try to reach out to Josh and get him on the program today. But, Coach, we were talking earlier. Shirley has one of her biggest pet peeves is when she's in the drive-thru. There's a car in front of her, and the car opens up the door rather than rolls down the window. And we've talked about that a lot on this program. We all know that's Shirley's pet peeve. Well, we did not know that you yourself are a connoisseur and expert when it comes to drive-thru etiquette, to the point where you have written out rules for dummies, commandments, if you will. What do you officially call them, Coach? Again, the
10 rules for drive-through dummies.
All right, drive-through dummies. So can you present us with that list?
I can, and in deference to Shirley's pet peeve, that should have been on the list. I actually have had a couple of those instances where somebody opens the door to order and opens the door to get their food, and since I did these 10, but when we revise these, when the second edition of these comes out, that will be on the 10.
Okay, excellent. So we've got 10 that have not even been discussed by Shirley Rhodes. Awesome.
Number 1, pull up, damn it.
Explain.
Why do you have to explain? You're rude if you don't pull up when you get a chance to. You keep other people from ordering.
I hate that.
It's too slow.
And I'll say this: pay attention, because if you're in a drive-through, either it can be long or it can be short. So you always don't be on your phone. Don't be switching the dials on your radio.
You got your own team.
Wait, let him go through the list.
What I'm saying is pull up.
Okay.
It's time for you to pull up. Pull up, damn it.
All right.
Number 2, know your order before they ask. It's fast food, not rocket science. I started to say it's fast food, not the Cheesecake Factory, but
and don't they usually have a second menu that you can look at before you even get to?
Some places do, yeah.
So you can look at the menu, know what you're going to order. So know what you're going to order when you get to that second order.
Coach, I went to my wife, daughter, and I went to Cheesecake Factory last Thursday, and the menu is less complicated, or more complicated, I should say, than the Phil Steele magazine.
That's a heck of a deal right there, because they're both pretty complicated.
Which is great, because I don't read a lot, and I feel like I've accomplished something after reading that entire menu, sitting there waiting to order some food. All right, that's a good one. Know what you want.
Number 3, you're one person. You get one order. If you're ordering for multiple people, sort that bleep out when you get back to the office.
Okay, are you saying do not have separate orders?
You can't go up there with 4 different orders and pay with 4 different credit cards
10-4.
or 4 $10 bills, whatever you want to do.
Yep.
You get one order. That's it.
One vehicle,
inside,
one order.
Right?
Yeah,
do that inside.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to do it inside.
Just go home. Just go home.
Just leave the line and go home.
All right, I like that one.
Number 4, pull up, damn it.
Okay. I feel like that's a common theme.
Number 5, this is a drive-through, not social time. Don't have a personal conversation with the employees.
Now, Coach, what if you hadn't seen your
How's your family doing? 90% of the problems in drive-through are not the institution itself. It's the people in line.
Okay.
Number 6, also, do not engage anyone else in your car during this process. They've already given you their order and are not allowed to change it.
So once you give the order, there's no changing. Your order is put in.
Now, Coach,
done.
I'm ordering for the fam, and am I allowed to look back and say, would you Polynesian or ranch? Am I allowed to?
Before.
Okay.
Before you order.
All right.
And size of the drinks and the combos.
Yes. Number 7, pull up, damn it. Notice the trend?
I do.
Okay.
We got to pull up, people.
Number 8, do not under any circumstances add to your order at the pay window. This is a felony.
Coach, I got to say.
Can I get a shake with that, too?
Come on now.
Go around? No. Go around.
I've done it before when I realized not only
you are part of the problem.
Maybe, but I just add
not the first time you've been told that.
Is it okay to be in the line, and if there's nobody behind you, can you add to your order at the pay window?
Yes.
If there's nobody behind you, then I would say, all right, give me a shake. Or
there are
give me
no
an extra
rules
fry.
if nobody's behind you.
Throw the rules out.
If you're there at 6 a.m. and they're just opening the door, or in Abrams opening the Iron Gate out there, whatever.
So if I'm at the pay window and I say, hey, can you tack on a sweet tea on that real quick? You got a problem with that?
I got a big problem.
You're
holding
charged
me
with
up.
a felony. You are a felon
It
if
is
that
a felony.
happens.
So all the others are misdemeanors. That one's the felony.
That's a felony.
Okay.
It's a Class A felony.
Exactly. Tell him, Shirley.
I'm a felon.
Number 9, have your payment ready. Credit card is quicker, but if you want to use cash, you do you.
I love that if you're in court, people say, hey, what are you in here for? Speeding ticket. Oh, yeah, I was, I failed to appear. Well, what did you do? Well, I added on to my order at a Bojangles.
I was thirsty.
At the pay window.
Yeah.
And number 10, which we'll be adding number 11 for Shirley, check your bag quickly, just in case you're part of the 32.5%, except for Chick-fil-A, who get a screwed up order.
Man.
If all is good, leave quickly.
I would like to amend that rule and add maybe a sub-rule that is, pull up, damn it, then check your order. If it is incorrect, park your vehicle and go inside.
And go inside.
Or,
because you're holding up the line.
Or even call.
Yes.
I think, when did you do this list?
2 months ago, maybe.
All right. I was going to say that number. I think that percentage has gone up since you've done the list.
About screwed up orders?
Yeah. I feel like it's getting more and more screwed
there
up.
are some, and what we might be able to do is follow up on this. I think we ought to probably do sports at some point, but we could follow up, and I can give you the top 10 or the bottom 10 drive-thrus in town.
Well, this for sponsorship purposes. Let's hold off on that one for today. But I would love to talk about that off the air. Here, Coach Max. And you mentioned Chick-fil-A. They got to be number 1, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They've got like 4 people in the outside.
I'm for Chick-fil-A taking over for Congress.
Now hold on, Joey.
In terms of efficiency,
don't say a place or anything. But why are you shaking your head to Chick-fil-A?
I just don't agree with it. Like, you know what? I'm one of those people that I hate having to talk to a person in the line. Let me pull up to the box with the nice graphics. Hey, I like to ask for a second. Let me think about my order.
You should know what you're ordering.
Coach Mack,
No,
this guy.
You don't know what you're ordering every time.
Coach Mack, it's okay.
Here's a guy.
Coach Mack, it's all right. Joey, you need to leave.
No.
Joey said he has to leave at 4. You might want to leave at 3:30. Coach Mack's going to pounce on you.
I have not seen Coach Mack.
I like variety. I don't like to
what
eat the same
Chick-fil-A
thing.
is doing is being very smooth with their operation.
But then they're forcing you to just off the top of your head think about what you want, right? But what if I want something different?
They don't have a big menu.
With the menu.
They got like 4 things.
Get a Chick-fil-A sandwich and be done
They
with
got
it.
nuggets or a sandwich.
And waffle fries.
Yeah, I just don't go to Chick-fil-A that often.
All right.
Oh, I had a John Fields flashback.
Oh, Coach.
What about like Biscuitville, for example? Biscuitville, I don't go often, but I've been going now recently since it's new in town.
Yeah.
And they're trying to adopt the Chick-fil-A method, and I don't like it because they have variety, and I need to see what's going on.
Can you ask to see what if I asked to see a menu at Chick-fil-A? What would you do?
Coach,
You're going to end up killing
it's okay.
somebody over there.
Yeah, Coach is like getting red.
No, Chick-fil-A's got...
Coach is starting to smoke.
Put you in the back seat of the car. Take you in right now.
Now, Todd, we have had this discussion before. You got to get like some road food. Like you get your meal, but you got to eat something on the way home. So Todd, we talked about this in the past. He pays for his meal, like his family meal, with his card, and gets the 8-piece with the cash. So there's no like paper trail or anything. So his wife doesn't find out he had an extra 8. So how does the workaround work here, Coach?
I don't know, but I sure admire his thought process.
You know what? Coach is going to give you a pass, Todd, just for your creativity.
Oh my gosh!
And the way you work. So yeah, you got to get that extra fry or the cash extra 8-piece.
It's so funny because I know he's leaving like the trash in his car, so he doesn't have to deal with the trash inside.
Yeah, right. He's got it all. He probably has a designated dumpster that he stops on the way home to throw it out.
Yeah, you got to know where the trash cans are that you can ride up in the car and put it in. You got to know where those are.
Brushes off his shirt for any crumbs, any residue.
So your wife doesn't see you got the Frosty.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep, you got to hide that one. Good stuff, Coach. Man.
Who knew? I really thought this was going to be about sports. I had no idea.
Well,
we're in the middle of no sports zone, really.
Well, we like to get to know you as a person, too, and we found that this is like a hot-button issue for you.
It is. Me and Shirley.
And if you're ever in the same drive-thru with Joey, there could be some...
Do you mind...
There could be an incident.
Wait, do you mind printing out the 10 commandments of drive-thrus and having that posted on every single fast food chain in America? Like, as soon as you pull up, the rules should be there. Like, when you go to an amusement park or like a golf course, they have rules. They have like a rules list that you have to look at. That should be at every single fast food chain in the United States.
I'm retired. I could just stand out there and hand them out.
There you go.
So now that's just going to hold up the line, though.
No, Coach.
Oh, no. Okay. I'll be efficient.
And then they'll try to ask you a question. No questions. Just read. Go. Pull up, damn it. Pull up.
So I just have a question about rule number 3. No, go.
I'm not talking. This is not a Q&A. Mack
so
McCarthy.
It should be included in every order?
Mack McCarthy. So like you put it in the bag or whatever?
Yeah, you know how sometimes they'll put coupons in the bag?
You see like
instead of putting coupons, it's the 10 rules of drive-thru etiquette?
So next time they'll be ready?
And you see like 2 or 3 cars leave the line because they read rule number 11 that if your window doesn't work, you need to go inside. So they're like, crap, I got to go inside.
There's a particular place in town my wife and daughter really like that the drive-thru was always long. I've been going inside a lot recently, more so than sitting in the line, because I think it's quicker at a lot of these places. Just pop in, put the order in, boom. What do you think about? I mean, do you appreciate me for that, Coach? Just getting out of the line.
Yeah, I do. And my wife, we do the same thing. If the line's too long, we'll pull over and she'll hop out and run in.
All right.
Sometimes everybody's in the drive-thru. There's nobody inside. So
exactly.
It seems like everybody is gotten to the point where they're so lazy they don't want to get out of the car.
The workaround is going in now.
Yeah,
the morning drive-thrus right now are so much better than they are during school time.
Oh yeah, no question.
Yeah, you can mosey in there. I was in one today. I was the only person there, and it was at 7:00. I couldn't believe it. I thought maybe they were closed.
I feel like, and again, we are going to talk about sports and. You've written a book. You might be doing a podcast, but I feel like you should somehow monetize this. You could do. I don't know. You could sell out theaters with your just drive-through ecetiquette classes.
We have
do a whole routine.
We have a special guest speaker today. Who is it? Well, it's former coach Mack McCarthy with East Carolina University. He's going to be talking about the 10 drive-through commandments.
Maybe you go to schools. You talk to maybe in high school. You start talking to the new drivers.
You can go to prisons for the felons that are in jail for
You don't want to end up back here, right? Well, I'll tell you how not to.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. When we return, we will get to some sports talk. Looks like Josh Groves will join us later on in the week. But Josh Groves just drafted by the New York Yankees. So we'll check in with the Pirate righty, former Pirate righty. Maybe we'll find out when we talk to him coming up later this week. We do have Cornell Powell on the way, Mike Mullis and Bryce Williams, and more with Coach Mack when we return after this.
My stomach is sick and it's all in my head, but she's touching his chest now. He takes off her dress.
The Beach Tavern Bar and Grill has been the place to be for over 50 years. BT's is the best local sports bar in the heart of Atlantic Beach. Located on West Fort Macon Road across from Pacific, BT's has daily food specials, a late night menu, cold beer, pool, darts, and live entertainment for everyone to enjoy. Make it a summer to remember at the Beach Tavern Bar and Grill. Follow BT's on Facebook and Instagram for all the daily specials and events. BT's, the place for fun in Atlantic Beach this summer.
And then it was two seagulls!
We're here for the booty.
Party?
Pirate Water is here. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find pirate water in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
Pirate Water is here. 21 and older, please drink responsibly.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Did you know 1 in 5 Americans use alternative wellness practices? And this number is growing, with good reason. Your CBD store empowers modern wellness through premium hemp products. We're the #1 CBD brick and mortar in the world with products for sleep, focus, recovery, and more. Our products are the gold standard in hemp wellness. Your CBD store, Greenville, 420 East Arlington Boulevard, or call 999-5127.
Must be 18 years of age. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room is serving up the best lunch in town with a different special every day. Come sit on the patio and enjoy wonderful weather with lunch specials for only $9. Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room is open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. Thirsty? Stop in for a cold beer with over 40 taps to choose from. Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room, next to the State Theater in downtown Greenville. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
The Rick House has a delicious new lunch menu. It's Chef K's Country Luncheon, featuring the very best in country cooking, Monday through Friday from 11 to 1. Plates are just $12.50 for hamburger steak with gravy, meatloaf, baked chicken, smoked ribs, brisket, and more. Our country sides include mac and cheese, collards, corn on the cob, mashed potatoes, southern greens, and much more. Plates are just $12.50. It's Chef K's Country Luncheon, weekdays from 11 to 1 at the Rick House, 710 Red Banks Road in Greenville. Come get you some.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medispa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
This is CJ Mayhew, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? Well, CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year. And they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Coach Mack, you ever watch Survivor?
Never, not once.
Not once. Well, tomorrow you will be on Survivor. It'll be Pirate Radio Survivor. We do this during the worst sports day of the year, which is the Wednesday after the All-Star game. There's, I guess, Wimbledon going on, and that's really about it. I mean, there's none of the big four are participating in sports. So what we do, we have a Survivor simulator. I've got a list of 20, Chandler, that I think we're going to put into the game. All of our Pirate Radio Live regulars on the show. And we simulate an entire season of Survivor during our show. And the simulation runs itself, but it'll say like Mack McCarthy and Chandler Honeycutt get in a fight at camp. And then it's our job to tell you why that happened and explain the fight. y'all were fighting over drive-through etiquette.
Or his
like
tie back. He wants his tie back.
He wanted his tie back, and it caused a big fight, and it caused Chandler to get voted off. But we'll be doing that on Wednesday on Pirate Radio Live, the worst sports day of the year. We're going to play Pirate Radio Survivor. All right, that will not make Pirate GT happy because a moment ago on YouTube he says, when do we talk sports? Right now. Right now's the time. And my question is, does sports suck these days compared to how they used to be?
At this moment in time, yes, because there's none on.
And I ask it because of this. I see, Coach, I told you, I was scrolling through Twitter Sunday night, and I saw, man, this is good racing. This is awesome. This is fun to watch. And I'm like, wow. I never see this on Twitter. Usually I see this stinks. The cars stink. There's no passing. This is terrible. So I was very pleasantly surprised to see people happy about what they were witnessing. I turned it over there, and it was exciting, and you kind of explained why that is, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But normally I see negativity on NASCAR. I see baseball. It's all home runs and strikeouts now. There's no small ball. There's no intricacies to the game and all that. Baseball's not what it was. Football has gone soft. You can't hit the quarterback. It's all passing now. There's no physicality. It's not the game we grew up on. It's not as good. Basketball, we've had, you talked about the pick and rolls, and it's not as free-flowing, all that. So does everything just suck these days, Coach? Or are we all just big complainers?
Big complainers. Big complainers. I'm old enough to have been there in the good old days. They weren't all that good. They weren't all that good. The athletes are better. The technology is better. There are a lot of things that are better than it used to be in sports and otherwise.
Okay. All right. Fair answer.
I guess the biggest thing that I see nowadays that people complain about, and especially in the NBA, and I guess you could say the NFL too, but I don't complain about this because as long as there's sports on, I don't care who's on the field, who's on the court. But I guess the workload management, the sitting out, you have some sort of minor injury, they're not playing through it, they're going to take a week off. There's a lot of complaining about that.
But when does that happen in football?
I feel like that happens in football more than it did 20, 30 years ago.
Who's being load managed?
If somebody has a tweak in their...
That's called an injury.
Well, I guess not more... it's more NBA.
Load management, in the NBA, there's guys that are healthy that are sitting out. I don't see that happening in football. And I see your point. And that upsets people, too, if they pay a ticket, although... You're paying a ticket to go see a game. You can't dictate how that game goes and who plays and what happens.
No, but it does happen in football too. That's why you don't. That's why nobody's drafting or paying running backs anymore, because of load management. You don't do it with a featured running back. You do it with multiple running backs, and it happens at other positions. You just don't.
So they're still playing, but they're not getting the workload
exactly
like a Earl Campbell or whatever.
Exactly.
It's not load management, but whatever it is in the bowl games, obviously, where guys just completely sit out.
Yeah, opting out is not load management.
Right, that's a different topic. But yeah, there are a lot of things you can point to say it's not as good. I think Coach Mack is right, though. Sometimes the good old days are they get better in our minds than they were at the time.
NASCAR races that drivers won by 3 and 4 laps, that nobody's on the lead lap. I mean, that's crazy to think that was better than what you even saw Sunday night, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but it was still exciting.
And there were NASCAR seasons that were over with like a month or so to go, like in the old way they used to do it.
Yeah,
Jimmy
before
Johnson
the playoffs.
run away with it and everything. All right, so the ultimate contrarian, Coach Mack, while everybody was enjoying the race Sunday night, was there throwing stuff at his TV. What do you mean it wasn't?
What was wrong, Coach?
I'm not it was exciting, I will say that, but I loved old Atlanta. It was the worn out surface. Your car didn't stick. Your car was loose. You had to fight it. You put your foot down and go as fast as you can the entire race. There's less skill involved now than there was with the old Atlanta. Even though sometimes somebody got out front and nobody ever passed him. That didn't happen Sunday night, but they made it another super speedway. We don't need another one. We've got 2 at Talladega and we've got 2 at Daytona. We don't need another super speedway, and that's what they made it. Now I'm hoping that this surface, when it gets worn out, will trend back toward the old days, but I'm not so sure. It's like putting dirt on Bristol. That is a sacrilege.
And a felony.
Did I see that there may be NASCAR events in Canada coming soon at some point?
I wouldn't be surprised at all. They do some trucking and Xfinity stuff there now on a road course up there.
All right, so could be moving north of the border. Jamie says NASCAR has gotten worse. No more big names. Cars are awful. Would you like to dissect those comments?
Well, again, there were big names because some teams had money and the other teams didn't have any. Now they've sort of equalized it, and it is a little bit different than it was back in the day. But I don't know that the racing is worse than it was back in the day. I think there is probably less star power, though. He's right about that.
Coach, if you put the worst driver in the series in the best car and the best driver in the worst car, who would win?
The worst driver in the best car.
So it's about the car. And are you saying you wish it was more about the driver in these races?
I would prefer that.
Yeah.
I want to see that they and there is a skill to racing on super speedway tracks. Don't get me wrong, but that is taken out of the driver's hand a lot. There's more luck involved in the super speedways than there is in, say, a short track.
All right, there you go. Mack McCarthy joining us. Coach, a couple of coaches in the news. Bob Huggins.
Yeah.
Pat Fitzgerald.
Completely different kind of coaches.
Correct. We talked about Huggy Bear maybe last time you were on or a few weeks ago, but I guess he has now come out and said he did not officially resign. I don't know why I thought he might just go quietly into the night.
He thinks he's George Costanza.
He
just keeps showing up.
He pulled a Costanza. He's back at Play Now Sports or whatever it was. They put him in his office with no AC and heat, whatever. Are you shocked to see Bob Huggins now coming back a week later fighting this?
I'm surprised, but I'm more sad than anything. I mean, he contributed a lot to West Virginia basketball. He became the face of West Virginia basketball, almost a folk hero in West Virginia. And now he's going to throw all that away over money because this has to be about money.
How about Pat Fitzgerald, Coach? And as a former coach for all the years you coached, hazing is a thing amongst teams and frats and working in businesses or whatever. There's different levels to it, but have you read this story and what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's dominated the news, really, and the fact that it changed so much in 72 hours. They went from suspending a guy for 2 weeks without pay, which was, okay. It didn't really do anything to his job because nobody's doing anything right now in college football that much.
Right.
So basically, he was going to be on vacation anyway. He was just going to have to pay for it himself. He gets paid plenty to do that. Without any new information, apparently. Then they decided when the public got riled up that we've got to fire this guy. So they either screwed up on Friday when they suspended him or they screwed up on Monday when they fired him. One of those two things is wrong because they can't both be right because there was no new information in between Friday and Monday other than the fact that the new chancellor or president, whatever it is, in the Northwestern system met with some of the aggrieved, anonymous sources,
right,
if you will.
Yeah, so let's say it's bad and the worst, and he had no knowledge. Should he still be fired because it is his program, his team, and everything?
Here's a question for you. I'm going to answer your question with the question. If that was the case and Friday they had suspended him for a year, would you say that was a good punishment?
Knowing what I just asked you?
Knowing what you just asked me.
I don't know how to answer that. I don't know.
I mean, they suspended him for 2 weeks,
right,
or they fired him.
Right.
Was there something in between they could have done? He is Northwestern football in a lot of ways. He was two-time National Defensive Player of the Year. He won a Rose Bowl. He's had the best success. But the fact is, they haven't been very good. They were 1-11 last year. The last time they won a football game was in Ireland against Nebraska. That was the last time they won a game. They're irrelevant. I heard a guy talking today. It's the death knell for Northwestern football. if they die, would anyone really notice? They have not been good. And when they have a good year, Pat Fitzgerald, he gets all the credit in the world. He's a really good guy, apparently. That's what his reputation was. And now he goes out in a little bit like Huggins, in a really sad way. Hazing does go on. Did it cross the line? Apparently, if all this is true, it did cross the line. And here's a question I have not heard addressed yet, and I've heard a lot of talk about it. What are they going to do with the players that were involved in it?
Right. Yeah.
What are they going to do with the other assistant coaches that had knowledge of it? Will they, if they do that, and kids also, they have anytime there's a coaching change with the transfer portal, you have a 30-day window to leave. Do you think people aren't blowing those phones up right now to get their better players?
They're not going to have a roster in a couple of weeks.
It could be a disaster in those terms.
Yeah, and ECU former ECU running backs coach Chris Foster took a job there right at the start of spring ball, right?
Yeah, he was one of those couple of coaches that left right before the spring practices started, and he took the same position at Northwestern.
So did they name an interim coach when they? Because this just happened last night, I guess. So.
They had a new defensive coordinator they had just hired that hadn't been on the staff, and apparently he was the odds-on favorite, or maybe even has been named the interim since the last report I got, since we came on this comedy hour.
Well, we'll see where we sit with this story and Huggins and otherwise next Tuesday. We got in a good 12 minutes of sports talk today, Coach. It's not bad.
I apologize to all those sports listeners out there.
I enjoyed the drive-through manifesto.
I did too. I think a
Mack
lot of people
McCarthy.
learned from that too. I think a lot of people were writing notes on the 10 rules.
Well, let's hope they listen.
Pull up, damn it!
They learn from it and pull up.
Pull up, damn it, folks! If you're only going to remember one thing from today, Coach, I enjoyed it as always. We will talk to you again next week.
I'll be here. Thanks.
All right, sounds good. We will take a time out. When we return, another opinionated gentleman, Mike Mullis, will join us. We'll talk some MLB draft, some MLB All-Star break, a little golf, a little everything in between with the Mully Man. When we return, also Cornell Powell coming up hour 2 as well. We roll on Pirate Radio Live, back with you after this.
The Crossover Kid is back. Enjoy a night out at Oriole Park at Camden Yards on Saturday, July 15th, when the Orioles play the Miami Marlins at 7:05. Be one of the first 25,000 fans 15 and over to receive an Orioles soccer jersey presented by Pepsi Zero Sugar. And arrive early for Early Bird Saturdays. Gates open 2 hours prior to the first pitch for happy hour, live music, and more. A variety of ticket options are available. Buy yours now at Orioles.com/tickets.
Nothing freshens up a space like a new coat of paint. And no one east of Raleigh makes painting easier than CertaPro. Residential or commercial, inside and outside, CertaPro is your dependable painting experts. CertaPro's concern is about getting your painting done right and making sure you're satisfied. Whether you have a large or small job, professional quality is what you will get. Let us come to your home or business and give you a free quote. CertaPro takes all the worry away from your painting project. Go to CertaPro.com and click on Clayton Greenville. That's CertaPro. CertaPro.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
360 Golf Carts is Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. They have easy-go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by the 360 shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, 360 has you covered. They will even deliver right to you. Visit Brian Harris today on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger.
Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, located in the Old Professor O'Cool's location, has daily lunch specials from 11 to 5, including their famous $1 wing special Monday through Wednesday all day long. Coco's has entertainment every Tuesday with country western night and karaoke on Thursday starting at 8. Take advantage of their weekly fresh fruit margarita specials and be sure to try the best Philly ribeye steak rolls in town while you're at it. Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, Greenville's Diamond in the Rough. Check them out on Facebook for more information. Go Pirates!
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple-authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified, and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Your vehicle is a big part of your life, and that's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all things automotive. Greenville Auto World is now under new ownership by the Cook Management Group, but still believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Tommy Cook and his team now have 5 dealerships in Eastern North Carolina with a fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 or greenvilleautoworld.net. Pirates supporting Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Clip Rock, Shirley Rhodes, the Chan Man, and the Mully Man, Mike Mullis, joining us here inside the Pirate Radio studios. The first time in a couple weeks. Mully, good to see you, man.
Yeah, how you been?
I've been doing all right. Yourself?
Yeah, good. How was your hiatus?
It's a nice break.
Why is it, most places it's a vacation, but the radio personalities take a hiatus? It just sounds better.
Yeah, and I didn't go on vacation, so hiatus is more appropriate, I guess.
Yeah, what would be the technical definition? What would be the difference in the two?
It's a great question. We do not have time to get into that
Okay.
today.
All right.
We are really pressed for it. Frank on Facebook, Mully, said 18 minutes ago, can we get a shout out to Xavier Meacham?
Yeah, how about
South Central alum, Jackie Robinson baseball alum, drafted by the Marlins yesterday in the 10th round. He was a pitcher at North Carolina A&T. I'm not familiar with Xavier Meacham.
Had a great high school career and played on the was part of the U.S. baseball collegiate program, and really part of a really good South Central team. And I got to see him play a few times, and congratulations to him. Congratulations to all the guys that different ties, different ways that we know back east that were drafted and on to their professional career and quite frankly, living a dream.
Josh Groves is hearing his name called recently, Mully, and we will talk to Josh coming up on Wednesday, and we will, I believe, be airing that live on Facebook Live and YouTube at 1 o'clock. So if you want to join us on those platforms at 1, you'll hear my chat with Josh Groves, who was selected by the New York Yankees and now got to see how much money they're going to give him, and he's got a decision to make. Sounded like to me before this process that if he was drafted, he would probably go on and try to go to that next step in his baseball career. So I would assume that he would not be a pitcher for the Pirates next year and will be somewhere in the Yankees organization, but that does remain to be seen.
Yeah, and it's hard. Like I said, those kids, they grow up wanting to be Pirates and then having a dream of being a Yankee and having a chance to play in Yankee Stadium. And, he's got that opportunity now in front of him. And, obviously he and his family and the coaching staff will have to get together and kick it around, but I'm sure that the staff at East Carolina will congratulate him and wish him the best if his decision is to pursue his professional career. Look, the only way to be a professional baseball player is to go play pro ball, right? You just can't do it at the college ranks. Yes, it can help you to get better and more physically and mentally mature, but the only way you learn to be a professional athlete is to go, take advantage of the opportunity.
Pretty soon, Mully, we'll get a look at East Carolina's roster and what it's going to look like following this MLB draft and decisions for guys to make. We saw just last year, C.J. Mayhew, not drafted, picked up as a free agent and decided to, like you said, only way to play pro ball is to go play it. So he decided, hey, I'm going to take this shot and I'm going to go do it, and has moved up a level not that long ago. So he's trying to work his way through the ranks. But even if guys don't get drafted, we could still see them attempt to make it to professional baseball in some way, shape, or form, and we're gonna have to dissect that roster after this draft.
Yeah, and I think there probably will be some additional Pirates that get those same type opportunities that Mayhew got, and it's a little different situation now financially than it used to be because, again, it's a limited draft and a limited number of rounds and only so many players, and quite frankly, there's a limited number of places to go play. Right? They've a lot of the minor league teams that have been around forever no longer exist in their affiliated form. So I don't think that'll be the last of them. I think it's really impressive if you look at what has happened in the state. UNC Charlotte's had 5 guys go. Campbell's had like 4 guys go. Obviously, Carolina had Horvath, and I don't know who else has gone from them today.
Who's their starter pitcher went today?
But you expect those guys, the NC States, the Dukes, Wake Forest obviously had with Rhett Lauder going really, really high. So North Carolina again is very well represented, and and it's again a testament to the quality of it. It used to be Florida, right? Florida would be what everybody thought of as the hotbed of baseball, and obviously still really good players there. But North Carolina is definitely holding its own.
Jamie tweeted this out earlier, said he wanted just to bring it up with you on the show. He said all-time talent in rounds 11 through 20, which is where we are right now here in this portion of the draft. And he said some big-time names, rounds 11 through 20. Andre Dawson was an 11th round pick in 1975. Ryan Sandberg, a 20th round pick in 1978. Jim Tomei, 13th round. And then you got some other names here, Mully. Jose Canseco, 15th round pick. Jeff Kent, 20th. Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly, 19th. Dave Parker in the 14th. Albert Pujols was a 13th round selection in 1999. Earl Hershiser, 17th. Brett Saberhagen, 19th. When I think of late draft picks, and I'll pull it up to see where he was drafted, wasn't the story that Tommy Lasorda,
like Piazza, like in the 51st round,
Lasorda was doing a favor for Piazza's dad or something?
He godparent or something along those lines. Yeah, that's kind of been the maybe urban legend or whatever. It could be the 100% truth, but I think Piazza went in the 51st round, if I'm not mistaken.
So it says, after his father asked Lasorda to select Piazza as a favor, the Miami-Dade Community College student was drafted by the Dodgers in the 62nd round.
Okay.
The 1,390th player. There was only 5 players picked after him in that draft, and then he becomes the best power hitting catcher of all time.
And that's something that obviously will never happen again with the 20-round draft. And it's again, I think it even skews looking at the 11th through 20th rounds. It's a different 11 through 20 than it was even in those times. So but look, man, anybody can make it. I mean, we've seen it in football with Mr. Irrelevant, getting a chance to play this year. Was it Purdy that was who was it that was the last pick taken in the
quarterback
draft?
for the Niners.
Yeah, that got a chance to play this year. So, it happens. Talent, drive, desire, all those things factor in to again taking advantage of your opportunity. It looks like Chandler's got something he would like to bring up.
We have a update with the MLB draft regarding a former Pirate. Beep, 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 beep. With the 485th overall pick of the 2023 MLB draft, the St. Louis Cardinals select right-handed pitcher Tyler Brott.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay.
St. Louis Cardinals love some
East
ECU
Carolina
Pirates. We were talking about Seth Maness recently, Mully. And, of course, you got Krasinski, you got Burley playing with him now, Chris Holba, and Tyler Brott. So, thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, it's kind of weird. You have those ties, those scouts and organizational folks that spend time around the program, around the area. I mean, it kind of holds true with Cleveland, not necessarily from East Carolina standpoint. Obviously, Gavin Williams being there, but on back-to-back years, Cleveland took Alex White and Lonnie Chisenhall. So, and then obviously Gavin, and they've had success with those guys. So, yeah, I guess it's easy to kind of fall in love with an area, and you have your assignments, and East Carolina always has good players. So, good on them.
You mentioned Gavin and those and Alex White. When Gavin made his debut, I went to a Guardians forum just to see what the fans were saying about him, and they were raving about him, and they were like, when's the last time you were this excited about a pitcher coming up? And I heard all those names, and they drafted Alex White and Drew Pomerantz, I think, together.
That's right.
And Pomerantz kind of worked out, but he worked out, I think, for the Red Sox more so.
Yeah, it was a little later in his career.
But the Guardians apparently have not had good success drafting pitchers throughout the years, so they're very kind of nervous about Gavin, but also very excited about what he's done so far.
Yeah, and obviously this time of the year, tons of questions about the draft and how this happens and how did, why did Skeens go first and why, listen, this thing is an absolute math computation when it relates to how they decide who to pick. It's money in the slot. It's the metrics. The metrics are critically important. I had a conversation very recently with a coach that was trying to place a right-handed pitcher in pro ball, and I try to reach out to some independent folks that I know, and so I talked to a guy who's been in and around independent baseball as a player. He's done everything in the game for the last 10, 12 years. And he goes, Coach, yeah, man, look, we're, such is always looking for arms. And I said, well, look, I kind of broke down the kid's stat line and the success he'd had. And he goes, Coach, listen, what are his metrics? And I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, just what's his spin rate? That's where they're at. And it's a more tangible way of scouting and buying players than it used to be when you go, hey, projectable body reminds me of Roger Clemens, the 3-pitch guy, commands both sides. All those things can still be said, but at the end of the day, and Gavin's a great example, what's the spin rate? And that's why we see so many guys pitching up in the zone now, because spin rates are better. Therefore, fastball holds the line and it doesn't have drop into the barrel. It stays above the barrel. As a matter of fact, this same guy was telling me, he was like, listen, the Seattle Mariners have gone, was it Seattle or Tampa? Either way, one of those two have gone to like a 2-strike, like 0-2-1-2 philosophy. And it start like if you think about glove, the catcher's middle of the zone, they're going to go two gloves up with fastballs or 2 gloves down, middle of the plate with breaking balls. And that is a spin rate driven metric that they feel like organizationally their spin rates and their fastballs hold lines so well that they can beat you up kind of, even up, not terribly out of the zone, but they can beat you up at the top of the strike zone with the fastball. We see it in the college game. It's a different day. It used to be, even when I was playing, man, you just didn't throw the ball up. I think the only comparison, and I've heard Tommy Easton talk about pitching above the barrel, and it was Fernando Valenzuela would pitch above the barrel. But most of the time, you're teaching, especially young guys, and I still advocate for young guys, to stay down in the zone, hollow of the knee kind of thing, just below the bottom of the strike zone. So, but it's a different way of quantifying, what you're investing in.
All that you say, I think back to that conversation you were having about Seth Maness recently, and just about how, if he was around now, would he even have gotten a shot? Because
who knows? It just wasn't
Because your argument to people back then about him was he just wins games.
He just wins baseball games.
Yeah,
right.
Well, how's he do it? What's his rate? I don't know. I don't care.
Right. He was a high school guy that was a bulldog that would fight you, but he was not the biggest, sexiest. The fastball wasn't overpowering, but it never ended up where it started. It was always, had life to it, and he could pitch and he would compete, and obviously, he did it at the highest level and was very successful at the highest level. So that does still factor, but I don't know that does somebody spend the money on the intangibles, especially in a 20-round draft. Does Seth Bennett end up being a kid that goes out to independent ball and gets kind of sucked into the vacuum? Who knows?
Yeah.
But there's something to be said. There's an awful lot to be said for winning, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Jamie has an interesting question. Does it seem like pitchers are getting hit on the mound more?
Balls through the middle of the box. I think it's because we're seeing, going back to what I was just talking about, pitching philosophies, we're seeing pitchers throw more balls in the middle of the plate because they're trying to beat you up. So if they miss down just a little bit, we talked about just a minute ago, I mentioned going 2 gloves up. If they go a glove and 3/4 up, that ball's being hit back where it was delivered, right? So it's just shorten up to that pitch, and yes, I think you'll see more of that.
Interesting, good answer. Speaking of guys getting smoked, man, I can't believe this doesn't happen more often, but a kid got smoked in the Derby last night.
113 mile an hour exit velocity off Vlad Guerrero,
and the ball going off his head was just as fast. I mean, I saw it live, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then the kid just lays there. But they didn't stop. I believe the next hit, they panned out to the outfield, and I believe they were carrying that kid off the field.
I can't believe it doesn't happen more.
Every year I watch that thing, and I'm like, why are they letting these kids out there?
Right.
The fly balls that just don't quite make it out of the ballpark don't really concern me as much as what you saw there with Junior just kind of
a line drive.
One hand's a line drive, and it wasn't a great swing, but he's so freaking strong, and he hit. I mean, that could kill you.
And then a fly ball, you've got so many of those kids fighting for it that it's going to cause a problem.
I saw Big Cat from Barstool say you should have either drunk college students out there, or so then you could laugh you can't laugh at a kid getting hit, or just fat guys, like just big fat guys running around trying to catch fly balls.
Well, the home run derby, kind of like everything else, and last night, not necessarily having the greatest names in the world in it, has lost a little bit of its luster for me. Like it kind of has run the course. Like I used to love the slam dunk competition, loved it, and now it's like, okay, what else can we do?
We aged out of it.
All right, so maybe, but here's my philosophy on the home run derby: take 5 or 6 of the guys from the futures game and have them hit against 5 or 6 big leaguers, kind of in 2 teams. So now, you get to see your favorite team. You get to see an up-and-coming guy. You get to watch him take some hikes. And then I think it would be a little more competitive because those big leaguers are not going to want to lose to, like, second-year players, right? And you could still have an overall champion. I think it would at least be a little different twist on it where, you could see some guys that, like I said, that you otherwise wouldn't get a chance to see.
How about vets versus young stars versus futures? So you got like Nelson Cruz, Albert Pujols, and then you got your Julio Rodriguez, and then you got your future guys.
Albert Pujols.
Yeah.
I see. I would be deathly afraid of Pujols hitting a home run derby. He just think
he's gonna die.
It's a hip injury or something waiting to happen. But
I don't know.
I mean, but no, I just think there's something that can be done because and again, maybe it's just me, but I like seeing these young guys.
How about the Tony Gwynn Memorial
hit off
horse?
The 6.5 hole. You just sit there and hit it in the 6.5 hole.
Well, you got targets. Do it like the old quarterback challenge where there's chalk on the ball and it hits the target.
You want to talk about something you don't want to watch? It's a bunch of guys trying to single through the right side. Yeah. Let me watch. That's almost as bad as the Charlie Woods comment. You know what? Nothing would be more fun than to watch you 2-strike hit on TV.
Whatever. You just complain about not the biggest names, and now you want guys you've never heard of in the home run derby.
But at least it's guys that you've recently heard of in the draft.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of that team. And I'm talking about guys that were drafted last year. You obviously you can't take the guys drafted this year. Take the guys drafted last year and let them hit against the big leaguers.
How about the social media clip that goes around every year, the bunt derby over at the Asian League does?
I have not seen that.
Oh, I got to pull that up for Mully.
No, that would be a little bit boring too.
Jamie says the dunk contest is silly now. More gimmicks, less dunking. Well, I think to be fair to the guys, we're about out of ideas. There's only so many things you can do.
That's my whole thing with it is what else can you humanly do? I just but I agree it is run its course for me. I just don't really enjoy it.
All right, Mully, I'm gonna show
there you are. Yeah, so they really bump for points,
and they've got a giant
bullseye.
Yeah, a bullseye, and the point values go up.
Right.
And the crowd seems to be into it. And that guy, they're throwing 70 miles an hour, and he's just standing there, and not even 70.
No, that's an ephus, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of
you talk about must see TV. I mean, if that's on or cornhole's on, I'm watching cornhole.
The real question is, how did Clayton McCullough do last night?
Oh, he's a stud.
Okay.
I mean, he's a stud. That dude throws absolute money BP.
But not as good as Mike Mullis.
Well,
Is there an art to throwing BP?
100%. 100%. And especially to not cut it a little bit or whatever and know what your guy's working on. And there is an art and there are a lot of really good coaches that were really good players that throw absolutely atrocious BP.
Is it similar to a free throw where it's more like muscle memory than it's actually physical?
It gets to that point.
I know your arm.
Sure, but and it gets to the point where I wanted 4 baseballs in my left hand, and it's almost like a balance thing, and it's repetitive motion. And catchers typically throw better BP because they're used to trying to throw the ball straight, right? They're not. They've got a little. It's that short arm mechanic. I mean, Tommy Easton throws great BP. I mean, it kind of goes. Look, AK throws good BP. I've seen, and it's weird. Palumbo throws good BP. It's weird when you're I like to go to BP to and I'm like watching the guys hit, of course, but I'm like, man, this guy throws really good BP.
You're watching the pitcher,
or you watch a guy using a fungo bat. The guy that's a right-handed fungo guy that throws the ball up with his left hand and grabs the bottom, that's garbage. He's got to do the right hand behind it.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got to be able to feed it from underneath and hit it. That's, and then when you watch a guy try to hit one, a catcher pop-up.
That's funny. That's funny you just mentioned that.
When you watch a catcher pop-up, you don't see that coaches try quite as often anymore. That is an art, to be able to hit a ball.
Oh my goodness!
Straight a home run in a silo.
Yeah,
usually
guys.
You just see where they just throw it. Yeah,
when guys could do the straight up pop, that was super impressive.
But I mean,
God, I feel like such a child now because I was just thinking of how I used to throw the ball up and hit it. And you throw it up.
Yeah, it's terrible. That's very amateurish.
It is. You're right.
Because you want to be able to. It's a footwork thing where you want to be able to feed it out front, take that stride, and then boom, you hit it, and it's a 5 hopper is about what you want. You want a nice 5 hopper, and you don't want to tear the turf up. So it's got to skim. Of course, everybody's got turf savers now, but you don't want to beat it into the ground and take a chunk out of the grass. So yeah, there's an art to all of it, man, and I love watching Ron Washington videos, watching him hit fungos and teaching the game. Of course, him and Ozzy Albies are
infield.
They do short hops.
They're at
He'll have a fungo bat and hit short hops to the infielders.
He's incredibly impressive, and guys that can really handle fungos. Well, it's such a usable trait. Or usable skill because there's so many things you could simulate just by hitting fungos. Like a short hop to a catcher on a tag play at the plate is a great fungo drill. Being able to, I mean, there's just picks at first. They all apply.
Jamie says, does Mully like fungo bats?
Yeah.
So a fungo bat is different than a
it's longer bat. And it's thinner. Imagine going up swinging a 30 or 31, 32 ounce bat for hitting mass ground balls. So that fungo's just easier, it's lighter, it's longer. And they used to Mizuno made one that had a cord in, so it was drilled out and it had this little whistle to it and it was sweet. But SSK makes a great fungo, and it's been so long since I've bought a fungo bat. But yeah, man, fungo bats for sure. And listen, no metal fungo bats, no, only wood fungo bats. Metal fungo bats are for the guy that does the amateur toss. And then what's even funnier, and if you don't think hitting fungos is an art, go out and watch like dads that are out there giving their heart and soul to coach their kids, and they got the big like tennis racket thing. They make those where it's like you can hit a baseball with it, but it's a big, huge square.
I never seen that.
Yeah, it's like a extra large fly swatter, and they're out there hitting it. And the whole deal is they just can't. They haven't done it enough to be able to use a fungo.
Mullis Fungo Camp needs to be a thing. You teach coaches how to.
There's a lot of guys way better at it than I was or am.
Well, thank you for being modest.
But I do it is, and I enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy hitting fungos.
Check out this picture Coach Mack just sent me. In the drive-through, door open.
How about that?
Unbelievable.
How about that?
And all I said to him, please remain calm. Well, don't have an incident.
I think that's a listener that saw Coach Mack pulling in the drive-through.
That's actually Coach Mack's door open.
And said, watch this. Hold my beer and watch this.
All right. We got Cornell Powell en route. Mully, can you hang out another 10 minutes or so?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. I'll talk a little golf, a little MLB, and whatever else is on Mully's mind when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
King Mackerel's is Morehead City's newest restaurant and live music venue. Take a break from the beach and enjoy lunch and dinner on the waterfront or listen to live music on the patio. Open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch, dinner, and late night. And also, don't forget, Sunday Fun Day starts at 11 with brunch at King Mackerel's. Located on the Morehead City waterfront across from Gulf Docks, check out King Mackerel's on social media for all up-to-date information on Facebook and Instagram. Kick back at King Mac's all summer long.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The Sidebar is the place to be this summer in downtown Greenville. Have a date night or get the family together for dinner starting at 5:30 Tuesday through Saturday. Or take a break from work and enjoy the tastiest food around for lunch Thursday through Saturday from 11:30 to 2:30. And on Sundays, enjoy a delicious summer brunch from 11 to 2. Visit the Sidebar today, located right beside the Dickinson Avenue Public House. To keep up with their ever-changing menu, food and drink specials, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville. Go Pirates!
Take control of your health today with ArcPoint Labs. Are you a woman interested in your overall health? The ArcPoint Labs Women's Health Panel is a routine wellness check that tests hormone levels, thyroid function, cholesterol levels, complete blood count, and more. A simple blood test at ArcPoint Labs can provide some answers to why you're not feeling your best. Visit arcpointlabs.com today or call 629-6228. ArcPoint Labs. Accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Visit artpointlabs.com.
The Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla. It's the best idea ever.
Oh, come on. The Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla was my idea. I did that. Don't play yourself.
The Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla.
Genius.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Made in America means quality. Now during Bostic Sugg Furniture's 4th of July USA Made event, take advantage of savings of 15% off in-stock, custom order, and handcrafted Amish solid wood furniture. Choose from a wide selection of beautiful solid wood bedrooms, dining, occasional pieces, and home office furniture. In-stock or custom order to create the look you want. It's all at savings of 15% off. If it's solid wood and made in the USA, you'll save on it during the July 4th USA Made event at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
in studio today with Frank Lee with Appliances Superstore. Frank, why should people go see you?
We make buying appliances easy, just that simple. We have the largest selection of in-stock appliances in Eastern North Carolina, which helps our customers save money every day. We offer a 12-month warranty on all our appliances, plus we deliver and set up your new appliances and remove your old ones. Come visit us at the Appliances Superstore off 264 behind the new DMV, or shop us online at AppliancesSuperstore.com. Remember, we make buying appliances easy at the Appliances Superstore.
This is Carter Spivey, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. When you walk through the doors of Villa Verde, you'll experience the sights, sounds, and smells of authentic Dominican flavors. Villa Verde is inviting you to come by this summer and try some of their amazing empanadas, famous red snapper, grouper bites, seafood paella, Cuban sandwich, and more. Relax on the patio with a fresh mojito or cold beer while enjoying one of their out of this world desserts like the rum pineapple cake. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good and a proud supporter of the Pirate Nation. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Cliff.
All right, if you are just tuning in, a couple of Pirates have heard their name called in the MLB draft today. Josh Groves goes 11th round to the New York Yankees. We'll talk to Josh coming up Wednesday, 1 o'clock, and we'll air that live on Facebook and YouTube if you want to join in and ask a question to Josh. And we'll have it on one of our Pirate Radio Lives later this week. And also, Tyler Brott goes to the St. Louis Cardinals. And Brott's an interesting guy, Mully, you've talked a lot about. You like his bulldog nature and his velocity. Your one concern was, and we were talking about spin rates and all that stuff earlier, you said his ball was a little straight. You said that early in the season, and we kind of saw that throughout the season.
Yeah, he's kind of a surprise, but again, I think it's another situation where spin rate wins. I mean, with the velocity he throws with, and it, holds line and all those kind of, cliche terms, but that you can't teach that, right? I mean, that's a gift. So I'm sure the Cardinals are thinking, hey, we'll get him out, we'll develop him, and quite frankly, I mean, no disrespect to anybody in making this statement, but these guys that are the quote unquote true prospects, the guys that may be more destined for the big leagues, they've got to have guys to play against that are quality people too, right? So, maybe a guy like Brott kind of becomes an organizational guy that, hey, he still has every chance in the world to make it to the big leagues. But right now, we could really see him helping us in different roles inside the organization.
Go in there and show our new shortstop some 97 mile per hour stuff.
Right. Let's get some velo going and So, but good for him, man. Congratulations. I will say that was not one that I would have thought would have been drafted, to be quite frank. But good for him, and congratulations to him and his family, and obviously the Pirates.
Jamie said Cliff mentioned Piazza earlier as the best power hitting catcher of all time. I think Bench would be the best. He's not far behind in home runs. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna. I'll get in several sports debates that I feel passionate about. I'm not that passionate about that one. So if you want to take Bench, Jamie, that's fine. Piazza does have more home runs, I believe, but I don't know. Mully, would you like to break the tie there?
I think I would take either one of them.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Jamie, I'm going to give it to you. Johnny Bench, best power hitting home run catcher of all time.
I did Johnny Bench was even before my time, but the stories and some of the stuff you're able to see in retro. I mean, he was obviously a great player on a great team.
Worth noting, not worth noting, but just unfortunately, when I think of Mike Piazza, I think about when he called a press conference to tell everybody he wasn't gay.
Yeah, that will always
that was strange.
Will always be part of his.
Thank you for coming here today.
Part of his legacy.
I'm not gay.
Okay, thanks.
All right, Mike.
All right, back to work.
Mike, how about that yesterday, the AB and the third? No, I'm not here to talk baseball.
No, we're not here. No.
You show me a picture of a woman and a man, I'll tell you who's attractive to me. Like, what are we doing, Mike?
That was made very little to no sense.
Mully, you have been you've been doing some bird dogging in your life. Mm-hmm. Now, for people who don't know what that is, that sounds kind of cool or gross. I don't know. But you've been a bird dog.
I don't know what would the connotation be that it would sound gross?
I
think that's only if your mind took you to somewhere that the term bird dog would be gross, then you might need to look in the mirror.
So that is scouting, correct?
Yeah.
And there are different levels of scouting. But you, for a MLB organization?
Yeah, I was with the Indians and with the Giants.
And you would go to what game?
Wherever. I mean, it may be, hey, Mully, I can't be, like, I will tell you probably my most, let's say famous or whatever was, I was the last person for the Giants to see Madison Bumgarner. And it just worked out that our American Legion team was in Thomasville playing in the state championship, and Madison Bumgarner's team was there, and he pitched that night. So at that point, Pat Portugal was the actual area scout, and Pat said, "Hey, Mully, could you give me some numbers on him? We're gonna make a decision." And that night, I think his velocity was like 92, 93. He was pretty good, and he had 2 doubles and a home run. So I was like, Pat, I don't know, kind of what you're thinking. He's a big crossfire guy. So a lot of lefties crossfire, they step across their body, and he was a big crossfire guy. But it would just cause real sink on 93, 94 to high school hitters. It was pretty special. So that would be my biggest one, I guess.
And probably turned out to be, the Braves had some good hitting pitchers with Glavine, and Maddox could handle the bat every now and then. But Madison Bumgarner may be the best hitting pitcher of our recent generation.
I mean, he could,
not counting Ohtani.
Ohtani, right? He could legitimately hit.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably could have played first base or right field in the big leagues.
And let me see most home runs for a pitcher and see where Mad Bum is. I know he's up there. But if we're not counting guys like Babe Ruth or whatever.
You know what's so funny? You mentioned
Madison Bumgarner, Mully, 19 career dingers.
There you go.
That's strong.
You mentioned, and it seems to be, maybe it's just the circles I run in, but more and more people talk about that Brave staff now than maybe ever before. And I think it's because we're seeing such a contradiction to what they were is what you see in Major League Baseball every night. I mean, it's just straight gas, hard breaking stuff. You just don't see, especially, well, really all of them. I mean, Smoltz threw hard.
Well, now Spencer Strider leads the league in strikeouts, the NL, and is looked at as a potential Cy Young, and he'll give up 4 or 5 runs,
right,
but he'll strike out 11 guys,
right,
and they'll win because they have the best lineup in baseball. And you're right, it's totally different.
And I think, again, I mean, a guy like Maddox, he probably doesn't make it in today's game, not with the scrutiny of the strike zone. And
is there a Maddox? Who are these soft guys now? I say soft.
That's the whole problem. That's the whole problem. What qualifies as soft? 91, 92?
Right.
And he pitched. He would get it up there, 91, 92, but he would get it up there. It was 87, 88 a lot, and, moved it both ways. And
I guess Smoltz was their hard thrower because Glavine wasn't really.
That's exactly right.
Gas.
And, there's been so many stats. I mean, of course, on the back end with Wohlers and, some of the guys in the bullpen, they had guys that could come out there and pump it. But that was the deal, is you would run a Mark Wohlers out there for 4 or 5 outs, and he would just come at you with everything he had, and it was such a difference in what you had just seen. So it was, it was effective by being opposite. So, it is funny. I think we do long, and there again, we've talked about Manis a little bit earlier. That's the closest comparison I could think of would be Maddox to a guy like Manis, and I would wonder if there's a place for them in baseball. Especially as you see, and look, man, I'm telling you, you can like it, you can not like it. It's in the minor leagues. The automated strike zone is coming. I don't know if you saw, maybe the International League or something, left-handed hitter in the box. Umpire calls a very gracious strike 3. He taps his helmet. The umpire turns around to get validation. They change the call. The guy gets back in the batter's box. So it's being done.
So what do you think? We see like a review?
I think we see that exact scenario. Almost like instead.
So they don't do the whole game, but
instead of the earmuffs, they touch the helmet or whatever. He turns around. Maybe a hitter gets one review in at bat. I don't know, but it's coming. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, like I would have said a couple years ago, no way this should happen. No, dude, these guys are throwing the ball so fast, so hard, with such life on it. that you still have human beings back there trying to call balls and strikes. Like, it's a different day. It's a different day. It's hard to make and we have catchers that are working ground up, and they're snatching balls into the zone. So, and they've got hands of a shortstop back there snatching a ball into the strike zone, and a dude just threw the pitch, 101 miles an hour. I mean, there's a lot to process in a very short period of time.
Mike Mullis, great points, Molly. I like you keeping up with the times as well, being able to say, you know what, maybe this is, I don't know about needed, but you're not going to completely poo-poo it.
No, look, and I had a thing today pop up. I was checking the draft tracker, and this thing on MLB.com came up about doing an 11-question quiz about today's game. And it was funny, like the first thing you do is put in your date, the year you were born. So I had to scroll way down to the bottom of the thing to click in.
Boomer.
So I'm like, I click in and I'm like, all right, what if that puts me in a category where they're going, okay, this guy, he's almost 50, he's going to poo-poo all this stuff. And as I'm reading the questions, I'm like, it talked about is today's game more fast-paced? And I'm like, yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
And is it more entertaining? Well, I hate to say, but yeah, I guess it is. And then it's,
that surprises me.
I think it's also more entertaining because we have guys like De La Cruz out there doing what he's doing. He in and of himself is worth watching. Your Braves. I mean, the Braves are. If you're
Ronald Acuna has 40-some stolen bases now.
Yeah, I mean, they are. If you're a baseball fan, they're must-watch TV. I mean, they really are. And it's still exciting to see. And this is in the college game, but you see Skeens go out and throw, 40 pitches over 100 miles an hour, or 20 pitches, whatever it was, a bunch of pitches 100 miles an hour or better. That's stuff that we've never seen before following the game.
Yeah. And I watched the Guardians play the Royals when Gavin pitched, and that was a tough watch. Not a lot of offense, not a lot of base runners.
Well, you say that. I think the Guardians had 15 or 16 hits.
We're talking about the first starting.
No, the second one. Yeah, the second one. They lit that guy up, and I mean and now
he finally got some run support.
Watching their approach at the plate, that being the Guardians. They're kind of taking what this guy's given, not really trying to drive the ball necessarily out of the park, just hitting like line drive after line drive, and and it's hard. It's still strange. We go through it with the Redskins now, the Commanders, and the Guardians now. Just by the name of the Guardians, you almost discredit all the history that Cleveland has in baseball, and you almost discredit, like there's such a separation in the names, at least in my mind. And you go, man, these guys suck. And then you look, and they're like first in the division. So it's like, well, maybe they don't.
Well, they're 500. They're in a terrible division.
But you can
first is first.
Yeah, but I mean, there are teams that are not in first place.
Well, on that note, Molly, let's just look at it since we're at the All-Star break. I love how this looks with the Reds in first place in the NL Central. Cool to see Gavin and the Guardians first place in the AL Central.
You know what clip right there with the Reds, though? What we're seeing is the Adley Rutschman effect for the Reds with De La Cruz. When Adley Rutschman came up last year, man, it changed the Orioles. They did a 180, a total about face. We're seeing the same thing with De La Cruz and the impact he's had on that Reds team.
How about the Rays got off to the best start in baseball history just about. They're only 2 games up on Baltimore. Baltimore is 54-35.
That's incredible.
And you got the Blue Jays, Yankees, Red Sox all down the list there.
And I, of those teams, I would have taken the Blue Jays all day, every day.
Another team that kind of blew it up, have struggled, and now have combined draft young guys with signings. The Texas Rangers are in first place in the AL West. Of course, the Braves had 2 or 3 really bad years and have since won their division. They're 60-29. It's just incredible. The Dodgers went on a little streak there to catch the Diamondbacks, so another kind of surprising team, but the Diamondbacks and Dodgers tied in the West. One of the biggest surprises, Mully, and not that I know all of their personnel and what they have and everything. I know Alec Burleson, but just seeing the Cardinals 11.5 games out, 38-52 is surprising. Just because they're always so consistently
good.
The
biggest surprise in the game is the Padres. I mean, where are they?
There's another one, yeah.
How can they not hit with those first 5 hitters?
4 games under 500,
and they're brutal. Yeah. I mean, they're terrible to watch. They're anemic offensively.
Mike Mullis joining us. Mully, enjoyed it, and good stuff today, man.
Yeah, man.
By the way, we are 53 days away on the David Price Construction countdown to kickoff, East Carolina and Michigan. So we're getting there.
NFL Hall of Fame game is like next weekend.
You want me to do that counter again? That is a crazy low number. Let's see.
I think it's next weekend.
No, it's not.
No, it's in August, right?
Yeah. It's August the 3rd.
Okay, so I'm a couple weeks off, but not. I knew it was coming up.
Yeah,
it was pretty fast.
It's crazy. It's. You want me to do the days, Chandler? You like when I count that down because it's so close? Let's see. July 11th to August 3rd. Mully, I'm happy to report to you. Oh no, we are 23 days away.
23.
Because it is on a Thursday. Yep. So 3 weeks away from football being on your television until February.
Boy, and that'll be a really high quality game.
We have talked about getting together to watch it. Will you join us?
Hey. You know what game's not really thought of very highly when they'll just cancel it because the turf ain't good.
That is true, and that has happened.
Yes.
You might have a game to watch of your own around that time, or at least some scrimmages. You got some football going on, don't you?
Yeah, they crank up, I think the following week would be game one, like August 16, 19, something like that. So.
Awesome stuff.
Yep.
All right, Molly, man. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, buddy, always.
We'll take a break. Cornell Powell en route, hoping to have him on. Bryce Williams will join us at 5, so we will have a lot more to go on Pirate Radio Live. We've also got some Big Rock sensation news that has been posted to Pirate Radio. For those interested, we'll give you that as well when we return after this.
The Beach Tavern Bar and Grill has been the place to be for over 50 years. BT's is the best local sports bar in the heart of Atlantic Beach. Located on West Fort Macon Road across from Pacific, BT's has daily food specials, a late night menu, cold beer, pool, darts, and live entertainment for everyone to enjoy. Make it a summer to remember at the Beach Tavern Bar and Grill. Follow BT's on Facebook and Instagram for all the daily specials and events. BT's, the place for fun in Atlantic Beach this summer.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Serving those who serve is a lifelong mission, one that Budweiser supports with folds of honor. Together, they've been helping military families for over 13 years by funding life-changing scholarships. So join me in raising a Budweiser to raise funds for families for American heroes. Grab a case of Budweiser today at your favorite local retailer. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing, supporting our military veterans and the Pirate Nation since 1989. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Wally's 2 Kettle Corn in Winterville is where you can find the tastiest popcorn around. Make it a movie night at home with Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. They have over 50 flavors to choose from, including classics like cheddar, caramel, and my favorite, better butter. Or try their specialty flavors such as Chicago Style, Wintergreen Mix, and MJ's Cheesecake. Wally's 2 also caters, so if you're hosting a party or event, satisfy your company with delicious popcorn. Check them out on Facebook or stop by and see Wally today on Fire Tower Road across from Sam Jones Barbecue. Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. Make it a poppin' day.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for $11.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home home you want to purchase comes for sale today? Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
Talbot Green, NMLS 120331. For informational purposes only. Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is equal housing lender. NMLS 208516.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
This is Aaron Williams with Ease Plumbing.
This is Mike Hoggart with Viva Electric.
This is Mark McGlawhorn, Roland Black Heating and Cooling.
We have teamed up to form New Blue Service Group, offering Eastern North Carolina the best in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Same great local team, same great local service, just a new name. Contact us at callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Call us today to help with your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Go Pirates.
What's going on, y'all? This is your man, Petey Pablo, and right now you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Raise up!
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Just saw this posted to our Pirate Radio social media accounts. This just in. The Sensation has released a statement withdrawing its protest contesting the disqualification of the 619-pound blue marlin caught during the 2023 Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament. Anything to read in this? After reviewing the tournament rules, the applicable laws, and further examination of the Blue Marlin, we concluded that the tournament properly applied the tournament rules and made the correct decision in disqualifying our 2023 tournament catch. So, kind of like we talked about, or I thought originally, bad luck, stinks, whatever. But the rules is the rules.
Rules are rule.
And the Sensation will have to wait another year to get that big catch.
Breaking news.
And hope a shark
withdraw
stays out of it this time. So there you go. There's that. All right. Awaiting the arrival of Cornell Powell, also talked to former
Super Bowl champion
Pirate Bryce Williams. That's right. I should address him as Super Bowl champion.
Like if I was to win a Super Bowl.
As a long snapper.
As a long snapper, as the star wide receiver, as the quarterback, as a support staff, I want to be addressed as a Super Bowl champion. By the way, there's a Super Bowl champion walking in the studio right now.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll refer to him as that when he comes and joins us here on the show. Former J.H. Rose Rampant, Clemson Tiger, and now Kansas City Chief Super Bowl champion Cornell Powell joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios here on a Thursday. On a Tuesday. Got a camp coming up later on this week, and here to talk about that and more. And Cornell, get situated. Welcome back, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
I'm doing good. Look at
Watch
that.
Watch out! Don't hit it too. Don't hit his knuckles too hard.
Can we turn off these lights? It's too shiny on that
get a
giant
good video of it.
These rings are out of control. My goodness gracious, sir. Thank you. Good grief! How do you even wear this on your hand?
You don't. You wear it at special occasions.
Special occasions. What's it got on the inside there?
You got our personalized signature. the 3 playoff games, our word for the year.
That is cool. Yeah, it's got the playoff wins, the Super Bowl win. That's a nice little signature there with your number.
Yeah.
And what is Edge?
It was our word for the year.
Okay.
It's our team word, and then the top pops off.
Okay.
It has the stadium.
It's got.
You could pull this piece out, and wear it as a pendant.
Oh my goodness gracious, that is so cool. Oh, you got that on video?
Yeah, you want to put it on the
Can
video?
you bring it closer to the camera clip?
Yeah. Let's see it. I don't want to mess it up. I don't know how much that thing costs.
It's heavy.
That is sharp right there, buddy.
Turn it around or turn it.
Oh, do you want to see that?
It was upside down.
Oh.
Chandler, higher up, please. Well, no, back down.
How about this? I'm gonna put it there, and you figure out where you want it. Cornell, appreciate you joining us, man, and thank you for letting me hold that. That's the 3rd Super Bowl ring I've held and put on. I had Joe Gibbs, old Redskins ring, Ernest Biner, former Pirate, Redskins championship, and now a Kansas City Chief Super Bowl ring, and now the goal is to go do that again, right?
Go back to back. That's the goal, man. That's the goal. It was fun. The year was crazy, super long. It was intense, but it was worth it. We ended up best in the world, so it was. I think it was pretty awesome.
And a lot of change. I don't know about a lot, but changes. I think we talked last time. I'm a Washington fan, so Eric Bieniemy going to Washington. So kind of a new voice. So who's running the offense now, along with Coach Reed?
Matt Nagy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the OC now, so he has a couple new wrinkles, but it's still Coach Reed's offense, and we're gonna keep the main thing. Get Travis Kelce the ball.
There you go. You always got 87 to throw it to when you need to. So Cornell, well, let's stick with that, and we'll talk about your camp and other stuff. But so before you get to training camp, it's nice that you can be back home. I know you were hanging out with family and stuff last night and these days, so that's really cool. You get to do that. But how much are you like into a playbook now, or what are the Chiefs kind of asking you to do away from Kansas City before you get there for training camp?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's the Chiefs thing. I think it's just a professional thing. Just staying up on the plays, the lingo, the routes, the depths, just making sure you know the details, ins and outs of the play, the whole concept as well. Just being a professional, I feel like going into my 3rd year, that's something that I learned along the way. Just making sure that I know my stuff. I'm always on top of it. Being able to be outside receiver, inside receiver, wherever they need you to be at. Be able to be just a plug-and-play player. So, and then outside of that, the playbook, just stay in condition. We're a team that likes to run and gun. So just making sure that you can go 10, 15 long drive drills, and you're still standing upright, waiting for the next play to be called. So that's really all I've been doing lately.
So you have been an elite athlete, I guess, your entire life, but I heard your name way before I saw you play. Like, have you seen this Cornell Powell guy at Rose? But did you take it serious back then as far as your working out, your conditioning, stuff like that? Like, have you always had that in you, or is that something you had to learn maybe later at Rose, at Clemson, at Kansas City?
No, I've always had that in me. I've always been one of the most competitive players, a person like that I've ever been around myself. Whether we're playing, ping pong, tic-tac-toe, whatever, I want to beat you, and then I'm going to let you know that I'm beating you. So that's always been in me. You could ask anyone who ever grew up with me in Greenville, from Little League to now. And it's just something that you just got to have about you. It's a different type of swagger that I feel like you need when you want to be great. Not necessarily like, it's not cockiness. It's just, you know the work that you put in. You're confident in your ability, and no one's ever going to outwork you. And that's always been my mindset.
Well, a big question for you is not about the ability. It's how you feel. How's the health? How you doing right now?
100% healthy. Got cleared July 10th, Monday. So, ready to go, full go. I can't wait, man. Being back out there on the green grass, just doing what I love to do my whole life.
That's got to be a bummer, like how hard you work and how hard you've worked your entire life, and to know you could be out there if you were physically able to and not being able to. So how do you, I mean, we've talked to a lot of guys that have gotten hurt. Our guy Rajay Harris, ECU football running back, got hurt, knew his season was over, and he's such a upbeat, uplifting guy, but knew he was going to kind of be in a dark place, rehabbing and everything. So how do you kind of fight through all that to get back to where you are right now, healthy?
You know, being an athlete, injuries is a part of the game, as unfortunate as it is. So, you know, when it happens to you, if it happens, this is my first time ever getting surgery on anything.
Mm-hmm.
So when it happens, you just gotta fight the adversity. You gotta go through the dark time, that dark place, and you just gotta be grounded in. I feel like, me personally, you gotta be grounded in your spiritual believing, and you know, I feel like God really willed me through this early on. It's very hard because, you know, your body, you're being an athlete all your life, you're the top athlete, your body's not responding to you or how it normally does. So it's definitely tough, but once you get through that dark time and you just fight through it, you continue to keep God first and just keep working each and every day, trying to get 1% better. It'll come around, and as long as you put the work in, you know, you get out what you put in. And I feel like I've been doing it every day, 5 days a week, just trying to get back to 100%.
Yes, sir.
I'm good. So
awesome. Can you hang out another 15 or so? All right, let's take a break, Shirley. We'll come back. Expecting the arrival of former ECU tight end Bryce Williams. We got some online questions for Cornell we'll get to, and more. We'll talk about the camp coming up. And more when we return. Cornell Powell, Bryce Williams, Pirate Radio Live rolls on a Tuesday after this.
It's the summer shopping season at Brown & Wood. Here with Jeff Stein. Jeff, I've noticed a lot of great GMC pickup trucks on the lot.
Yes, sir. We have 2500s and 1500s in stock in the all-new 3.0 Duramax diesel. We earn 30 extra trucks on allocation, so go online, brownandwood.com, or stop in, build your truck, we'll get it coming for you. Brown & Wood, voted #1 by the customer in Greenville. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
The crossover kid is back. Enjoy a night out at Oriole Park at Camden Yards on Saturday, July 15th when the Orioles play the Miami Marlins at 7:05. Be one of the first 25,000 fans 15 and over to receive an Orioles soccer jersey presented by Pepsi Zero Sugar. And arrive early for Early Bird Saturdays. Gates open 2 hours prior to the first pitch for happy hour, live music, and more. A variety of ticket options are available. Buy yours now at Orioles.com/tickets.
Hey, John, I see your new system's having issues already.
Yeah, I used the other guy with an AC brand I've never heard of.
You should have used Delcor, John. They install Train. It's hard to stop a train.
I know, but the other guy was cheaper.
Cheaper isn't better, John.
I know.
Don't use the other guy. Call Delcor. For a limited time, buy a new Train system and pay 0% interest for 12 months. Visit Delcor.com for more details. Delcor, the service professionals.
Hey Miles, isn't it amazing to think our family has been distributing soft drinks since 1923?
It certainly is, Landon, and with that comes a lot of change. But what hasn't changed is our dedication and commitment to our customers. I'm Miles Minges.
And I'm Landon Minges with Minges Bottling Group. Our family has taken great pride in refreshing our neighbors, and we are proud to have remained locally owned and operated for over a century. From our family to yours, we say thank you and are honored to be a part of this wonderful community.
Here's to 100 as we celebrate our employees and our customers all over Eastern North Carolina. From generations before us and to future generations.
Cheers to the
Skip the cooking this week and liven up your gathering with catering from Jimmy John's. Choose from a variety of mouth-watering Jimmy John's specialties, including box lunches, tasty sides, 18 or 30-piece party boxes, or 12 packs of mini Jimmys, made to order on fresh-baked bread with hand-sliced meats and fresh veggies. Pick it up, or they'll set it up for you. And don't forget Jimmy John's loyalty app with a free sandwich after your first visit.
Jimmy John's, with 3 locations in Greenville. Order online at jimmyjohns.com. Go Pirates!
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. The Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve. Call them today at 714-2076. Integrity Home Mortgage, Pirates supporting Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, back with you here, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. I'm assembling quite the team here in the Pirate Radio studios. Got the wide receiver Cornell Powell and the tight end Bryce Williams, who joins us here in the Pirate Radio studios. Bryce, good to see you, man.
Good to see y'all.
Hope you had you got a lot of fishing stories for us the last couple weeks.
Maybe over the holiday, but this weekend was busy.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Chandler might have a fishing story for us too.
You might have outdid me.
We'll
if
see.
You did. We ain't hearing your story.
Cornell, you ever get in the boat and do any fishing or anything?
I've fished maybe 2 or 3 times.
That's 2 more than me.
Probably caught 1 fish my whole life.
We caught a big one here, Bryce. You see this Super Bowl ring?
I do.
Yeah.
Is
that about the same size as the Beef O'Brady's ring? The EC?
No.
Cornell, you've got 2 of those. He only has 1 of those.
That's right. That's correct.
Very good one.
We had Jamie on the chat saying, Cornell, you've got to play with Trevor Lawrence and Pat Mahomes, or Patrick, I should say. So his mom don't get mad, right? Yeah. Patrick Mahomes. You're a pretty lucky guy in that regard.
Extremely lucky. I feel like I've had the greatest line of quarterbacks. I feel like that really helped me elevate my game. When you play with other great players such as Pat, Trev, Deshaun Watson, you just have to rise to the occasion. So I've been extremely blessed, man. I'm not gonna answer the question of who I think is better. I'm gonna stay out of that one.
Jamie also asking about Patrick Mahomes, what kind of person he is. We kind of see the fire. We also see him having a ton of fun on the football field. So what is he like behind the scenes?
He's someone who loves the game of football. He's definitely a vocal leader. He's going to bring the best out of you on and off the field. He expects greatness from you because he's great himself. And that just helps elevate the whole locker room, man. Practices are fun, exciting, intense. And we compete each and every day, but he's really like the head of the snake for us. We go as he goes, and we went all the way. So.
And went a long way. And look, Andy Reid, for what he's done in the game, demands all the respect that he gets. But how much is it him and in the past Bieniemy running a practice, but how much is Mahomes running the practice? You know what I'm saying?
I would say my rookie year. at training camp where we're about to go July 18th, Pat, like, the starters were a little tired. It's camp, you know, it's a grind. But he literally stopped everything, like, nah, get back on the ball. We're gonna finish our set of plays or whatever. And you know, just seeing everybody like just get around him, and we finished it. That just let me know like the tone that was set from day one when I was a rookie. So, but I think it's a collective group, especially when EB was there. Man, he was the vocal leader. He was gonna get in you, but he was gonna get on you and just make sure that you know you brought your best every day. Never take a play off, because when you work hard and when you drill it into yourself, into your body, into your mentality, that you know you're just gonna go that extra play, go that extra mile, finish the rep or whatever, and you do that in July, August, when February comes, you know it's easy. No one else practices like we do. I firmly believe that, and I say that because other guys who came into our team either during the year or new in training camp and stuff, like it's a different level of practice that they haven't experienced in other teams around the league. And you know, I've been grateful to be here, going on year 3 now, but I don't think anyone compares to the level of practice that we have. So.
Cornell Powell joining us. The camera really plays a trick. Like Bryce makes Cornell look like a little fella, but then Bryce
his chair is higher than ours.
Yeah, exactly. We're about the same height. Bryce, when he's talking there, and we talked about how you said you like to do it more by example than talking when you played, but when you got a guy like Shane Carden, who Ruffin McNeil called captain, he is the captain, when he's talking about Mahomes kind of rallying the troops there when things ain't going right, did that remind you of your playing days?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely helpful, as you know, having a leader, and it being your quarterback as well, because obviously he said the head of the snake with the offense, and you know when he's bringing the energy, when he's getting on guys, just encouraging to keep going, or I guess encouragement was a little polite word. Sometimes they can get a little vocal, I'm sure, and but yeah, it's great to have a leader like I'm sure like Patrick Mahomes and Shane, just keep the team pushing forward.
Well, Bryce, you spent time in many training camps trying to earn your spot. Some of it you probably miss, some you probably don't. But Cornell said he's about to report here soon. What do you remember about that first week, those weeks in July?
I guess it was the nerves, because you're coming in rookie young and stuff, your plays are numbered, you want to make the most of your plays, and that was the big thing, because you can get those taken away real quick, and trying to be perfect is definitely one of the harder things to do, but not let it affect your play, because you play your best when you're loose, when you're not thinking and things like that. So and then I've had, unfortunately, there've been 3 different training camps. I've had to learn, 3 different playbooks and stuff like that. So I guess y'all haven't changed OCs. Yeah. So, it'd be good. So, he'll be walking the park for him. So, nerves, just knowing this is, is it going to happen this year or what's going to be? So, that's really the feeling.
And Bryce, you walk in and see Gronk and Tom Brady and Belichick and then those guys. Cornell, you played big time, about as big as you can get at Clemson. So maybe you don't get too starstruck, but did you have any of those moments when you go to Kansas City for the first time?
Absolutely. Especially in Kansas City, I think Patrick Mahomes is like bigger than the city. And then I came in, we had Tyreek Hill, and then Trav, Chris Jones. We had the Honey Badger.
A lot of big names.
And it was just, it's definitely.
It take you a minute to get over that.
It does. But I feel like, you just got to enjoy that. I grew up watching Tyrann Matthews at LSU and stuff, and he was a game changer. I feel like he influenced a lot of young guys to play the defensive back position. So, it's definitely I feel like not fangirling, but you just gotta show respect to the greats, man. You don't, and like you said, you don't know how long you're gonna be in one place, especially coming in as a rookie. So you just want to make sure you embrace greatness, but at the same time, when you get on that field, I mean, they're competitors, so they're your teammate. But he was my competitor, because he played defense. So you just got to go at him, and I mean, you take it as a great honor too. You get to go against him and get to prove yourself. You know.
Cornell Powell joining us back in town because he's doing something awesome this weekend. Got a football camp coming up. Spots are almost full. Literally, you said 18 spots left.
18 spots left as of this morning. The max number is 250, so get in while you can. A couple spots left. Lunch is sponsored by Parker's Barbecue. My guy, Billy Parker. My guy, David Wall, is also sponsoring. He gave us some sports athlete Bibles, which is awesome. I started out high school with FCA, so I feel like it really changed the trajectory of my spiritual life. So come out, 18 spots left. It's this Saturday. Registration starts at 8:30. It's on all my socials. Please go fill out the registration form. Come out and support.
Awesome stuff. And Cornell, you make it tough as a Conley guy. I want to hate all things Rose, but RV's like the nicest man in the world. Will Bland's the coolest guy. I've known him for years now, and you seem like a good guy, so I guess I like you, Rampants, now.
Marvin Jarman.
Marvin. You got the legendary Marvin Jarman. So
it's all love between me and the Conley guys.
Well, yeah, you say that because you beat them like 8 times.
That's why it's all love.
It might be different if we got you one time, but we couldn't get you. Good stuff. Jamie, I don't know if I want to rehash this again. Did Cornell consider going to ECU at all? Do we have to talk about this again? Let's just say, I
considered it very highly considered it, and a couple things didn't work out, but I was almost a Pirate.
Yeah.
Well, I had forgot about it. Now my heart's broken again.
Let's end on a high note. Awesome camp coming up. So what kind of stuff you guys going to be doing? It's Saturday?
It's Saturday. We got drill work and just one-on-one training, position work. But we're going to get out there and compete, man. I want to really give the whole idea of football aspect. People just think it's just like drills and stuff, but like it's really a grind. He'll tell you at ECU, man, those summer workouts, those summer heats and stuff like that is hot, but it's also a grind. It really shows you like who wants and who doesn't. You separate the good from the great. And so I might have a little bit of that in the camp, but we're also gonna have fun and we're gonna compete. We're gonna have some one-on-one reps and stuff like that. It's gonna be fun though, man.
All right. Well, not that you need any help, Cornell, but if you need a special teams guy, a long snapper for your camp next year, I know a guy, former long snapper. He's a former long snapper.
We had a couple guys sign up for their position, special team guys. So I'm gonna have my guy come out there.
I'm out there.
And if you need an old tight end, Bryce still has a bag of tricks. Maybe
available Saturday
as well. So, good luck with it, Cornell. And it's cool that you're giving back, and you said this is something very important to you. I know
it's definitely important to me. I feel like growing up, it took a village to go to camps, go to different places as far as recreation, like travel ball, baseball, football, basketball. I played all three, so a lot of people poured into me, so it's only right that I have the opportunity to give back. It's a completely free camp. I just want everybody to come out, have fun, and just enjoy the game I love.
That's awesome, man. Can't wait to see you back on the field and keep up the great work off the field too. Great to see you, bud.
Appreciate it.
Cornell Powell joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. We'll have more with Bryce Williams when we return. Also a giveaway as we roll on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
We're here for the booty.
Party!
Pirate Water is here. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find Pirate Water in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
Pirate Water is here. 21 and older, please drink responsibly.
This is Dr. Chris Barsani from Orthopedic Season Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injuries or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedic Seats provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an auto owner's independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with auto owner's insurance.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in Uptown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Greetings, friends of Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. We are currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. If you want to be part of a thriving school system that focuses on educating students, growing our employees, and promoting positive mental and physical health initiatives, we encourage you to become a part of our Pitt County Schools family to help ensure success for the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low, low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
This is Kim McNeil, head women's basketball coach at East Carolina University, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. East Plumbing, Viva Electric, and Roland Black Heating and Cooling have teamed up to form New Blue Service Group, offering Eastern North Carolina the best in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Same great local team, same great local service, just a new name. For plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services, go to callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, here on a Tuesday with old Bryce Williams hanging out. Great to have Cornell Powell in. Got his camp, and really cool part about it, a free camp, because he's giving back, and he had some of those opportunities. I remember his first conversation with us, he said that he was able to attend a lot of camps, and there was some that he couldn't go to, so he wanted to make his free for the kids around here to learn from an NFL player. And I would go as a kid just to get a glimpse of that Super Bowl ring. And that thing was massive. Heavy, dude.
I needed to ask him how often he wears it.
He said it's a special occasion. I said, how do you wear this on your hand? He said, well, it's a special occasion.
Right, yeah.
And, of course, showing up to Pirate Radio Live.
Exactly.
Special occasion. I was trying to get Bryce to wear some of his in here.
I don't even know where. They're somewhere.
at the folks' house?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Bryce, I got a couple things here for us today. We got the new Phil Steele magazine is in, the old college football Bible.
Nice.
So we got that bad boy. So if you need to read anything, you got a lot of words in there. Preview of each and every team and all that stuff. But I wanted to go back because Phil Steele has ECU picked 6th in the conference this year. 6th in the conference. I wanted to go back and look at how his predictions have gone over the years, because he touts himself as the most accurate predictor, and he is. And why? Because he puts the work in. He's not doing all this on his own. He talks to just about every head coach, reaches out to every coach. If the coach doesn't get back with him, that's on them. But he talked to Mike Houston again this year. He talks to pretty much every coach, goes over the depth chart, goes over the roster with them and everything. So he knows his stuff. Chandler, I want you to be a part of this as well, because I'm going to go through the years. I went all the way back to 2007.
Wow. And
I'm going to say where Phil Steele predicted East Carolina, where East Carolina finished, and I want you to just kind of give us a memory, an overview, like a real quick bullet point of that season. You know what I'm saying? So we start with 2007. ECU was picked 4th in Conference USA East. They finished 2nd in Conference USA East. What do you remember about 2007?
The win against Carolina here at home. That was probably one of the most memorable games, probably the earliest memory for me as an ECU football fan. Ben Hartman kicking the game-winning field goal, and then obviously having a game-winning field goal in the Hawaii Bowl that year.
So many exciting games. That Carolina game, Hakeem Nicks. Who was their other
TJ
receiver?
Yates was the quarterback.
The receiver that went that was good. I can't remember his name. Just explosive plays. Chris Johnson, screen pass for a touchdown. Just bombs all over the place. It was a really fun game.
Quentin Cotton, they tried to fake the field goal. Quentin Cotton hit the holder. The holder tried to go and do some sort of fake trickery, and Quentin Cotton. And that actually was a stop that set up the Pirates to drive down the field and kick the game-winning field goal.
Our guy Philip Henry, big catch on that drive. All right, 2008, East Carolina picked 1st in the East, finished 1st in the East, finished as the champion.
Obviously, you started off the year 2-0, 3-0 actually, top 15 in the country, with wins over Virginia Tech and Charlotte. You come home and you throttle West Virginia 24-3. You lose Quentin Cotton in that third game at Tulane. You do escape with the win, but then you go to NC State and you lose that game, and then the season kind of went downhill from there. We played Kentucky in the Liberty Bowl that game and lost that game.
2009, Phil Steele picked East Carolina tied for 1st in the East. ECU finished 1st in the East, another championship.
When I think of 2009, man, I think about that very first game against Appalachian State and how hot it was in Dowdy-Ficklin that day. But obviously, I think about the very last game in Dowdy-Ficklin that year, which was the 09 CUSA Championship game. Van Eskridge with the interception, and then back-to-back years in the Liberty Bowl, and the Pirates fall to, rest in peace, Ryan Mallett and the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Ryan Mallett did nothing in that game. Our defense was phenomenal, but late costly turnover, I want to say, and East Carolina loses it, and some missed field goals and all that.
Like 3 or 4, yes.
A lot of missed field goals. All right, 2010, Ruff's first year. So you're losing your all-world defense, and you're losing your quarterback. So it was a kind of an unknown year. Somewhat similar to this year, maybe. East Carolina was picked 5th in the East of Conference USA, but finished 2nd.
First year for Ruff and McNeil. Pirates end up, I believe, 6-6 on the year. I remember that NC State game in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, which was a very exciting game. Russell Wilson being picked off by Damon Magazoo in the end zone in overtime. Pirates go on to play Maryland in the Military Bowl that year, and they lose to, and I believe, forget Maryland's coach that year. That was his last.
Ralph Friedgen.
Friedgen's last game, and also notable player from Maryland on that team, Torrey Smith.
That is correct. 2011, East Carolina was picked third in the East. They finished third in the East, but it was not a good third. It was that was a tough year.
Very tough year. Did we go to a bowl game that year?
No.
I don't believe we did, but what we did see in that year was the birth of Justin Hardy. We played South Carolina in the very first game in Charlotte against South Carolina. East Carolina was up 17-0 in that game, but not a good year in 2011 for ECU.
All right, starting to get into the Bryce Williams years here.
That was in Marshall that year.
Yeah, well, 2012, you were at East Carolina, and you were picked third in the East and finished second in the East. And you finished second. Now I'm trying to remember. Okay, I think the next year was the bad ending to the year. 13?
I think so.
Yeah, 2012. I have some calls. So I have a couple sets of calls here. I only have one from the bad Marshall game, but I do have some good ones from the Marshall game. Shirley, did you load those up that I saved earlier today by chance? Hit the big calls for Marshall.
The big calls of the fifth quarter.
First up is John in Charlotte. Hey, John.
I bet you guys were choking on your wings over Greenville in overtime. I mean, goodness gracious. The most frustrating and exciting game at the same time, but I'm so glad we finally beat the Thundering Turd. I'm just so sick of losing to them.
Dixon is up next in Washington. Hey, Dixon.
Hey, guys, I'll make this quick. Carden, Hardy, Bodenheimer, and Webster. Incendiary. I knew surely you can't be serious. Would be good luck. Let's do it tomorrow and jinx UCF. Awesome win. I'm pumped. Go Pirates.
Tom is up next. He's at the stadium. Hey, Tom.
There was never a doubt. I mean, I knew we were going to win the whole damn game.
Absolutely, Tom.
The highlight of the whole night was that catch that Hardy made on the last drive when he got whacked. I can't believe he held onto that ball. I don't know what it looked like on TV, but it was a spectacular catch.
Brian's up next in Greenville. Hey, Brian.
Good win today. It was it was in doubt for a little bit there, but any win is a good win. The defense, they were what they were today. You know, it looks like sometimes, and this is just viewing from the stands, that especially our DBs and Magazoo also, they put their hands up in there and they shrug their shoulders like sometimes they don't know what's going on.
Bob is in King, North Carolina. Hey, Bob.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to say two stats that I think you don't always look at, and one of those was only 3 penalties tonight, and we only had 3. I think we did a really good job about having a lot less penalties this year than we had in the past. That was great. Also, no turnovers was huge tonight. Unbelievable.
Leonard's up next. Hey, Leonard.
How you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Long time ECU fan. I have one problem though. What's up with Petey the Pirate?
What's up?
Petey getting called out. Come on.
What's wrong with Petey, Leonard?
Man, he's dancing all crazy, man. I love Petey. I've been knowing Petey for about 28 years. That ain't the real Petey the Pirate. I want to see the real Petey, and I don't want to see that old Petey. He looks sick. I want the healthy Petey. I ain't scared of that Petey. That's why we losing, because ain't nobody scared of the Petey we got. And he the real Petey.
All right. Real Petey. We just had an epic back-and-forth game against Marshall, but Leonard not happy with Petey. That's not the real Petey.
That ain't the real
Did you ever worry about that when you were playing, Bryce? Is that the real Petey we got today? No. So East Carolina, that was 2012, Chandler. Let's move to 2013. And I guess one of the callers said, let's hope UCF loses tomorrow. So maybe East Carolina was like one game out of potentially beating the championship. 2013 picked second in the East and unfortunately finished second in the East. That one ended on a sour note that Bryce has talked about. I got one call from that Marshall fifth quarter. Shirley, can you hit that one real quick? Let's try Dan in Bell Arthur. Hey, Dan.
Hey, guys. How are you today?
All right, Dan.
Well, I tell you, first, I don't know what they fed them for the pregame meal last night. They gave them turkey and the trick the fan took over. But I think the coaches and the players both should have been fed potted meat crackers so they'd have been hungry today. I have never seen such a meltdown in my life. they didn't want the game. I just don't believe they wanted the game. Marshall did their homework. They came in there, and they just wore us out.
All right, Bryce. Should have gone with potted meat instead of that.
Meat and square nabs. I would have liked that. That's what I eat.
Hey, you going to eat yours? Bryce is going to eat his. I hate that phrase, and then we always look for like excuses or reasons as to why we lost, and sometimes instead of tipping your cap, you say, well, we didn't want the game. They wanted it more. And sometimes maybe that is the case, but it is hard to imagine that y'all went into the final game of the regular season with a championship on the line and decided, nah, I don't really want to.
Yeah, those comments, I just nah. Well, he may be intelligent. I'm like, no, well, you don't know what you're talking about. So
yeah,
I just ignore those people. But that one hurt. Golly, that one. Because of course I play it in my head every time. You know, every time it gets brought up, like, man, we beat Marshall. We got a conference championship at home against Rice. Like, come on. I mean, it would have been a dream.
Well, the last caller on that fifth quarter big calls that we put through said, well, the good news is this will be our last game in Conference USA ever. So sayonara. And now we're playing a lot of schools that we're kind of back in it.
Pretty much
but
back in it.
We're in the American. Chandler, year one of the AAC, 2014, pick fourth, finish fourth. 2014.
Man, I remember, unfortunately, I think about a few games here. I remember going to Temple, being 15th in the country, I believe. Rainey, put the ball on the ground like 5 times, but I look back at that drumming of Carolina, 70-41, and then obviously the UCF Hail Mary, and I hate, because I feel like you look back at 2014 and there were so many good highlights, and you look back and if you look at the highlights, the great highlights of that season, you probably think, man, 10-3 year, bowl win. But things just kind of, the wheels fell off there towards the end of the season.
Yeah, and that was the final year of the Cardi Party. So we enter 2015, and Phil Steele puts out his magazine. It hits the shelves in early July. He has East Carolina picked tied for first in the East in 2015 because in his write-up, he says Kurt Benkert is ready to take over and have a big year. Well, Benkert gets hurt during fall camp, right, Bryce, the lead up to it. So he can't really edit his magazine at that point, but obviously that would drop East Carolina a few spots. And unfortunately, ECU finished 5th in the East. Just a crazy year. We've talked about it. Chandler, any memories from 15?
I do remember Bryce's touchdown at Navy randomly that year. I do remember the Florida game that ended up being an interesting game for East Carolina. Going down to Florida, Davon Grayson with a nice catch to start the game off. And then it all came down to that final possession for East Carolina looking to tie the game. And unfortunately, the football gods stripped the ball out of Blake Kemp's hands, and that was the end of that.
Yep. And just frustrating. Was Virginia Tech that year or the next one with James Summers?
That was Virginia Tech. That was the Virginia Tech 15? Year because we got down 14-0. Blake Kemp scores a touchdown. James Summers comes into the game and has what Coach Ruff called his grown man play, his gam play. And yeah, I do remember that game. I remember being at that game, and it was raining majority of the game. I want to say I watched about 60% of that game down at the concession stand, watching it on the TV down there.
And still had a chance at a bowl, but Cincinnati hits the last second field goal. And I'm surprised. I'm sorry, but
dang it,
you got a lot of good stuff here too.
I mean, yeah.
And then folks, get ready for some bad years.
No need to fear. Coach Mo is here.
2015 picked 5th in the East, finished 5th in the East. 2017 picked 6th in the East, finished basically tied for 4th, but with a terrible record in the East. 18 5th in the East, finished 5th in the East. He read the Mo era pretty correct. 2019 picked. You know what? I'm done with you giving memories too. I don't really need memories for those. 2019 picked 5th in the East, finished 5th. 2020 picked last in the AAC, finished 9th out of 11. 2021 picked 7th, finished 4th. 2022 picked 4th, finished 7th. and 23 to be determined pick 6. Basically, he's done I would say a decent job overall of predicting where East Carolina was going to finish. Sometimes higher than predicted, sometimes lower. But that's just kind of a rundown of where Phil Steele has had East Carolina over the years. And Bryce, we're going to try to do better than 6th this year.
That'd be nice.
Don't worry about me giving memories of the Coach Mo days, because that was my college days, and I don't remember most of those.
Very good. Chris said, Clip, you ever find the one of you calling in where you were a ticked off Pirate Club member?
That was like a year or two ago.
Yeah, I'll find that. We'll air that Friday if I can find that call. All right, let's take a break. As we do, we'll make you a winner. We got to come back. We got to go Pirate Radio Outdoors and have more with Bryce Williams as we return on Pirate Radio Live. Shirley, what are we giving away on this Tuesday?
I thought you were throwing it to break and not doing the booty bag until the next break. But why don't we do this now?
Give it away now. Wild Radio,
Who is it? That's Anthony Kiedis. It sounds like it.
Shut up, I'm rusty.
Sounds like a fat Anthony Kiedis.
What?
Not you, Shirley, not you.
We're talking about who's singing the song.
Okay.
Fat Anthony Kiedis.
He was never fat, was he?
You have totally missed it. Just go. What are we giving away?
$10 gift card to AJ McMurphy's.
$10 gift card to AJ McMurphy's. We'll be there on Wednesday night for sports trivia. What caller are we looking for?
5.
Caller 5, 317-1250. We're back with more on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
The Beach Tavern Bar and Grill has been the place to be for over 50 years. BT's is the best local sports bar in the heart of Atlantic Beach. Located on West Fort Macon Road across from Pacific, BT's has daily food specials, a late night menu, cold beer, pool, darts, and live entertainment for everyone to enjoy. Make it a summer to remember at the Beach Tavern Bar and Grill. Follow BT's on Facebook and Instagram for all the daily specials and events. BT's, the place for fun in Atlantic Beach this summer.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates! The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
360 Golf Carts is Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. They have easy-go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by the 360 shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, 360 has you covered. They will even deliver right to you. Visit Brian Harris today on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location, has daily lunch specials from 11 to 5, including their famous $1 wing special Monday through Wednesday all day long. Coco's has entertainment every Tuesday with country western night and karaoke on Thursday starting at 8. Take advantage of their weekly fresh fruit margarita specials and be sure to try the best Philly ribeye steak rolls in town while you're at it. Coco's Sports Bar and Restaurant, Greenville's Diamond in the Rough. Check them out on Facebook for more information. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and congratulations to Josh Allen of Washington. Picked up a $10 gift card to AJ McMurphy's in the best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun as AJ's. They have daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio perfect for some outdoor dining. And there's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Clip Brock on Wednesday nights. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover, and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's day. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. As we tend to do around this time every Tuesday, Bryce and I talking food and what we're going to do for dinner. Got a text earlier that my daughter has a hankering for a cheese quesadilla. So I'll be picking one of those up on the way home for her tonight.
Not from where?
TBD, to be determined at this point.
Oh, yeah.
The place isn't called TBD. Although that would be a good place.
Taco Bell, dude.
Taco David Bell.
Taco David Bell.
That'd be a great place for a restaurant, though, to be determined.
Yeah.
When you can't figure out where to go to be determined. They got everything.
Yeah, exactly.
They just figured out
come up with something else again.
A new business. All right, let's go outdoors, and we'll kick off the festivities with our amateur outdoorsman, Chandler Honeycutt, who was out on the boat last week.
Give it to us.
And Chandler, we want to know, what'd you get? What'd you bring home?
Well, disappointing news. Didn't have much luck, but we did have good fellowship. Did have some cold snacks.
There we go.
But we did catch a Spanish mackerel.
How big?
Probably about that big.
Okay.
About
That's respectable.
Yeah.
What does that mean for the radio audience?
Probably about
2 feet.
Probably about 5 feet, 4 or 5 feet.
5 feet.
That's 5 feet to you. You know 5 feet.
No,
So I'm about 6
5
foot.
feet.
No, about a 3-footer.
So you was 36.
But here's the funny thing, Bryce.
That's pretty good one.
Here's the funny thing, Bryce. What else we caught, and I'm ashamed to say this, but we did catch some pinfish. And what my
let me say this: don't be ashamed to catch anything.
Exactly.
We did catch stuff.
Bryce, don't be ashamed.
So we did catch some pinfish, and what my fellow what are they called? My comrades called lizardfish. Lizardfish.
I'm not going to say on the air what I call those.
What do you call? Oh,
I can't say.
So we caught some lizardfish.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what I call those.
But here's the thing: so the pinfish and the lizardfish that we caught.
God, those are ugly, ain't they?
Yeah.
What we caught with those, the line, you would have thought we caught something. We were like, man, there's something. And I reeled in every single thing that we caught, and I was reeling it in, and then we were like, oh man, that's a lizard fish, or oh, that's a pinfish. When we caught the Spanish mackerel, we were so tired of waiting on the line to jump that we were like, all right, just bring it in. So I'm bringing it in, and I'm bringing it in, and I'm bringing it in, and as I'm bringing it in, I go, hey, we got something here. And it's a Spanish mackerel. Should I even tell the story? Are y'all paying attention?
Yeah, a Spanish mackerel.
But the Spanish mackerel that we caught that we wanted, we didn't even know was on the line.
Oh, because I was just the heck with it. I'm gonna reel it in.
We were like, we're gonna reel it in. Let's reel it in. Let's go somewhere else.
Spanish is good to eat.
We put it in the cooler.
So you caught a 36-inch Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
That would. Did they get that big? That'd be a citation. Was it? You think it was 5 pounds?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. It wasn't 5 pounds.
Well, good. Y'all had some action.
We had some sort of action. We wish we could have had more, but
hey, you get the pinfish and the PDs kept you busy. Caught you a PD.
I caught me an old PD. We caught about 5 of them.
PDs?
Yes, we caught about 5 PDs. We were getting so tired of the PDs.
Yeah,
that's enough for.
We were like, get the PDs out of here.
That's enough for a congregation almost. All right, Bryce, how about yourself?
At least the choir.
I don't know what's going on. I can't wait for the
wish
break.
Everybody knew, but they can't know. All right, Bryce, what have you been catching?
Well, we went fishing over the break, and we did. It was a lot of family time, obviously, but we went on the boat, so, obviously every day. I said, I gotta get on the water. Conditions were good. Try and catch a topwater redfish. So I was itching to do that. So me and Jay went out for a quick little trip, and not much activity. Chandler's fish count and PD count was, high, so that was good. So he outdid me in numbers, I guess, but I ended up catching just a bluefish on topwater and then a 23-inch trout on topwater. So I was pretty tickled about that. I'll show the picture, just because I didn't really.
Oh yeah.
So good little respectable sized trout, 23-inch trout on topwater, which is always the best. So it was a good time. Then with a lot of boat time, I said I gotta get on the water, so I was able to do that. So it was nice. Other than that, that's only this past weekend.
All right,
a lot of demo, but yeah, it was good.
Saw this, Bryce. Headline on WITN: Fisherman lands North Carolina record for channel catfish.
Wow.
It says Justin Hall has been fishing a farm pond near his home for years. Rarely caught channel catfish in it. That changed May 21st. Caught a 27-pound, 7-ounce channel catfish that broke the previous state record of 26 pounds. So there you go.
Wow. Did he let it live again? I wonder if he released it in Reedsville. That is not too far away from Davidson County. That's a big one.
Right.
So I always wonder, does it count if it's not in public water?
Right. If it's just in a pond, somebody could
farm pond,
put it in there, catch it.
All you do is aerate the water, feed them a pile of food, and tell nobody to fish. Limit the fish. I mean, obviously you can't make them bite the hook, but come on, you get some. So I kind of sometimes wonder about the whole farm pond.
Right. That makes sense.
Legitimacy, I guess, is my thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, let's get our final break in. We'll come back and wrap it up on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, Bryce Williams. If you're just tuning in, we'll let you know that a couple of Pirates were drafted. We'll tell you who and where they went when we return after this. Here at Brown & Wood with Jeff Stein. It's summertime, and Jeff, you guys have a new car wash.
We do. We put in a brand new car wash just for the customer. So when you come in, get your vehicle serviced, we wash, dry, vacuum your car for free. It's state of the art, but free to the customer.
And this summer, you have an AC special.
It's summertime. Air conditioning units are breaking left and right. But guess what? At Brown & Wood, all summer, I have free diagnostics on all air conditioning issues. only at Brown & Wood.
In studio today with Frank Lee with Appliances Superstore. Frank, why should people go see you?
We make buying appliances easy, just that simple. We have the largest selection of in-stock appliances in Eastern North Carolina, which helps our customers save money every day. We offer a 12-month warranty on all our appliances, plus we deliver and set up your new appliances and remove your old ones. Come visit us at the Appliances Superstore off 264 behind the new DMV, or shop us online at AppliancesSuperstore.com. Remember, we make buying appliances easy at the Appliances Superstore.
When you walk through the doors of Villa Verde, you'll experience the sights, sounds, and smells of authentic Dominican flavors. This is Jay from Villa Verde, inviting you to come by this summer and try one of our amazing empanadas. Our famous red snappers, grouper bites, seafood paella, Cuban sandwiches, and much, much more. Relax on the patio with a fresh mojito or a cold beer while enjoying one of our out-of-this-world desserts, like our rum pineapple cake or our famous tres leches. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good, and a proud supporter of the Pirate Nation.
Already planning for some fun in the sun? Don't forget to fill your cooler with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. And with 5% alcohol, Twisted Tea is there to turn things up all day long. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for it in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room is serving up the best lunch in town with a different special every day. Come sit on the patio and enjoy wonderful weather with lunch specials for only $9. Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room is open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. Thirsty? Stop in for a cold beer with over 40 taps to choose from. Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room, next to the State Theater in downtown Greenville. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Take control of your health today with Arc Point Labs. Looking to lose weight? Have you tried everything possible and nothing is working? Sometimes a hormone imbalance can be the underlying cause to weight issues that dieting and exercise can't fix alone. A simple blood test at Arc Point Labs can provide insight to your weight loss goals. Visit arcpointlabs.com today or call 629-6228 to get an appointment. Arc Point Labs. Accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Visit artpointlabs.com.
With US Cellular, it's just $19.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines. So you don't need that robot daughter you built to get a 4th line for family plan pricing.
Oh, Robe Elizabeth? She's not gonna like that.
The robots will prevail.
Oh boy.
Get the low rate of $19.99 per line. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
We value human connection with fewer distractions. US Cellular, built for us. Visit your US Cellular authorized agent, Atlantic Wireless, with locations in Snow Hill, Bellhaven, and Greenville.
Hey, Pirate Nation. This is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Pirate Radio.
It's important to me that we're able to connect the past, the tradition of East Carolina football, our current roster, and the future of what this program is going to be.
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. And while she looks so sad in photographs, I absolutely love her when she smiles.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a good day for the market. The Dow was up 317 points, closed at 34,261. The NASDAQ was up 75 at 13,760. S&P was up 29 at 4,439. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
That's
now
right.
back to the show.
All right.
I heard that.
Let's wrap it up with a card trick. I learned some card tricks over the break. So Shirley or Chandler, one of y'all come pick your card.
Hang on. All right, I'll come in there.
All right, Shirley, you come pick your card.
What does SIPC mean?
Maybe Shirley knows.
It always catches my ear.
Shirley, what is SIPC?
No clue.
Oh, okay. All right, Shirley, just tell me when to stop.
Okay, stop.
Stop. So you want this card. Okay, this is your card. Don't show me. You can take it.
Can I see what it is?
You
Okay,
can,
hold on.
You can take the card.
Wait. Are you watching over here?
Maybe I should shut this down, huh? All right.
Okay, ready?
So, I don't want to see it.
Shirley, let me see it.
There you go.
All right. So you got your card?
Yep.
All right. This is going to be a little bit of observation, and then we're going to do some magic, okay?
Oh, boy.
All right. So first, I got to try to figure out your card.
Yep.
It's either red or black.
Of course.
There are jokers in the deck, so if it's black, it could be a joker, but I don't think it's black. I think it's red. Red.
Yes.
Red. Wait, don't tell me. But that's fine. I had that feeling. It's either a heart or a diamond. And surely you have a lot of heart. You're not wearing diamonds, but I think you're holding a diamond. I'm going to say you got a diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's a number. Jack, Queen, King.
Oh, yeah.
Could be a face card.
Yeah, it could be a face card.
Well, you just dud me, so I guess it will be a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Whoops.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not any of them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not 10. It's not 9. 6, 7, 8. Now,
What in the world?
I think you are holding a 6 of diamonds. But don't tell me if I'm right. Because every card has a companion card. Like a ace of spades would be an ace of clubs.
Right.
2 of hearts would be a 2 of diamonds. I want you to do a little magic. I want you to take... Are you holding some cards?
Yeah.
So hold your card and the rest of the cards. And I just want you to snap your finger over the deck. And I want you to...
Decks, or like you want
the
to put
entire
this on
deck.
top?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, and I want you to snap. Did you feel what just happened?
No.
You just sent your companion card to your buddy, Bryce. Bryce, there's one card that just went to this deck. What card is in there? What card
There's
is
a card in there.
There's a card that jumped in there.
No way.
The 6 of hearts. What was your card?
Holy 6 of diamonds.
Folks, that's how magic
How
is
did you do? That's pretty dang good.
Wow.
How long you been working on that?
Pretty good.
Hey, we had a long 4th of July break.
My mind is blown.
And hey, that's different. That's different from
pretty
what
good.
he did yesterday.
That's right. I got a few in the arsenal.
What he did yesterday with me is that he had me put the card that I had, which he guessed correctly, he had me put it back in the deck.
Wow.
Face down.
He told me in a snap, he said that one card is going to be face up. All
Only
the other
card
ones
in
are
the
going to be
deck.
face down. And sure enough, that one card was face
I
up.
think I got some magic in me, guys. Some people have
I
it.
got the magic
in me.
The magic, baby.
And I touch that track, it turns in.
Enjoyed it, man.
Thank you so much.
Hope you get some good food on the way home. Stay away from those PDs.
Yes.
And we will talk to you next week. Shirley, welcome back. Chandler, see you tomorrow. We'll see you fine folks Wednesday at 3. We're playing Survivor. Bryce will be on the island as we're playing Pirate Radio Survivor tomorrow. It's the worst sports day of the year. So we're going to play Pirate Radio Survivor. Also, 1 o'clock, YouTube and Facebook on Wednesday. We'll talk to Josh Gross. He was drafted by the Yankees today. Tyler Brott drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals. Stay tuned to our social media. If any other Pirates are drafted, we'll let you know. We will talk to you tomorrow, folks. For the crew, I'm Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
The great level in 2021 to where he was.